Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Listen online, the website that rocks. Past shows are available on iTunes. Search under BMMS. Listen with your cell phone. Get the iHeartRadio app. Available from the App Store of your cell phone provider. More on that at iHeartRadio.com. And we are on. Good morning. We got tickets to Smoking Guns, not just any old tickets. You'll sit cage side with us, as this is an MMA event and boxing event between police officers and firefighters, all to raise money for the Special Olympics of Oklahoma. It's happening Saturday, April 22nd at the BOK Center. Tickets available at BOKCenter.com. We'll see what Gimpy wants to talk about. I got a pretty fun conspiracy for you about a person. Mike Malega will join us. We'll talk Drillers baseball. We're going to do our top list. Today, it's dream cars, your top 5 dream cars. And Dustin Fletcher and some others will be in, as we're going to talk about Smoking Guns. It's going down Saturday, April 22nd at the BOK Center. You may have heard me mention it a few seconds ago. So he'll be in to talk about that. We'll talk with, I think, firefighters are showing up today. Looks like there's also going to be a police officer to cause some havoc. So we'll get to that a little bit later. But plenty of qualifying for CMall 2023. And Justin Miller of Claremore heard the cue. That means Justin could be on his way to see every concert that KMOD is a part of. All you need to do is listen every hour today, all day, for your chance to get qualified for CMall 2023. Score tickets to every concert we're a part of. It's all brought to you by Shinerbach and 97.5 KMOD. Another chance coming up about 50 minutes. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
How are you?
Better.
Good.
Yeah. 5 pounds lighter thanks to the stomach flu. That's
wow.
The only positive ever about getting the stomach flu. Yes, that's the only thing. It hit our entire house late on Easter. Kevin started feeling sick right after church. Went home with that little headache. Marcus followed with a headache. And
why didn't he wait for him?
Right. And by early Monday morning, Marcus was in the bathroom, and I heard Leo throwing up in a wastebasket as I'm trying to leave. And I'm like, what is going on? And he's like, Dad is in your bathroom. Marcus is in our bathroom. And I have nowhere to throw up. And Eli gets up out of bed and he's like, Mom, I don't feel good either. And his head was so hot and his ears were bright red. I'm like, oh my God. So I start going into panic mode and I'm like, Kevin, are you aware that all the boys are sick? And he's like, and so am I. And he took them all to the doctor Monday morning and they got the Zofran. Is that what it's called? Am I saying it right? To help them not puke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Miracle drug.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That was the first time that we've ever used it. Because the last time that our youngest had stomach flu, he was in the hospital for 3 days because of dehydration. And it wasn't that he ever threw up. The last time he had the flu, he had a fever and he was dehydrated. He had both flu A and B, and his only symptom was a fever. And it was the scariest time ever because he literally was crawling. He came home from school. I picked him up early and he was crawling. And I thought it was a joke almost, like he was fooling around. And I called a friend of mine who's a pediatrician out of state. And I said, should I take him in? And he goes, it's just a fever. And I said, yeah. And he goes, yeah, I would take him in because if he's can't walk, if this is serious, it could be such and such disease. And so I panic and we will go to the emergency room and they said, we're going to admit him into the children's hospital. And they took us in an ambulance from the emergency room to the children's hospital. And we were there for 3 days and it was severe dehydration.
Yikes.
And and he tested positive for both A, B flu.
Which one did they have this time?
It was B. So stomach, gastro, and blah blah blah. Viral,
right, whatever that is,
viral
whatever
stomach,
B is.
Yeah.
I've been blessed to. I've had the flu, but I've been blessed to never have the throw up flu.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably the worst. I don't know. Yeah, probably the worst. I'd rather have screaming diarrhea than to be vomiting constantly. Vomiting, man, wrenches your stomach, and it'll build you a six pack. But come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, flu isn't always that either.
Right.
You can have neither one of those.
Right.
You
I
just,
didn't know that till I was older.
Me too.
fever and chills and whatnots, and just
Yep.
blah, 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 blah.
Aches and pains
Mhm.
for me, and fever.
so I must
and then
have it now.
No, I hope not. And then this was the first time in a long time where it was vomiting for me. Normally it was the diarrhea.
I will do all in my power to not vomit. I
Mm.
can't. I hate it.
Same.
My
I
glands
cry.
swell up like on the side of my neck. Oh, it's
Yes.
brutal.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Hurts your throat, everything. Always makes me cry. Always.
Feels fair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you a get it up your nose person, or do you try and position your, like, as you vomit to not let it go up your nose?
Nope, it's everywhere. It's like ugly crying almost, but it's ugly puking.
What do you mean by go up your nose?
When you vomit?
Like when you lay down and you barf, and then it just shoots up and then gets back on your. What do you mean go up your nose or
No.
come out your nose?
No, like when you're, yeah.
Oh,
It's the same
okay.
thing. Isn't that the same?
Well, no. To me, up the nose is like through the nostrils up the nose, but
From the
like,
outside in.
From the outside, it's going
Okay.
out. I guess it'd be down your nose, right? Because
but
in
up,
your sinuses,
but up into your nose
Right.
and then out.
somehow the tubes, the maze of your body. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Because then you're smelling barf constantly.
Yes.
And you're like,
It's like a little bonus
"Oh,
gift.
God,
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like the snot wants to just come out of every hole. The vomit. Yeah. It's awful. So if I don't have to look at another bottle of Gatorade for a while, I'll be happy. Yeah, that was the only thing. Sips of Gatorade and water.
No Sprite and crackers, huh? Or 7-Up and crackers? Isn't that
Crackers
what Grandma
for sure.
gave you?
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. Always. But we didn't have Sprite. It was always keep the electrolytes going.
Mm.
We found out when my youngest was sick, and they do Pedialyte popsicles now.
Yeah.
And so that's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
always fun. Good for the kids because they think they're getting a nice little
Kids.
treat.
I'm talking about me.
Whatever.
Who doesn't like a popsicle?
You're right.
That's fun.
Yeah. So what'd you do?
Laid in bed. Everyone pretty much quarantined. And
Why? You're all sick. You don't need a quarantine.
I know, but in bed is the best way to go. That's where everyone wants to be when you're achy and, and you have your wastebasket next to you. And Marcus and Kevin felt better first. And then I was the last one to feel better because I got it last. It was around 10 a.m. on Monday when I got my symptoms. And I was like, oh my God, well, at least it's hitting us now rather than later, I guess. But I did find out yesterday that the school's got like 7 kids out with it now.
I feel like that's always happening.
Yeah.
Right, because they just pass it around.
Yeah.
Sure.
Damn petri dishes. That's
Sure. And I always feel like it's whenever the weather gets really warm that first time is when it hits.
Well, this isn't the first time, though.
To hit like hot enough to like be outside all day and sweat.
You're doing this thing that I love that people do when somebody gets sick. They try to rationalize why it's
Right.
happening.
it. Right. You don't know. It just happens.
Yeah,
a
it's always
virus.
happening.
Well, like on Saturday, I was outside all day long. I stained our outdoor fence and I was sweating and I was in it and like, taking advantage of that hot weather. And I don't know. It's like, it feels like every time I do that.
So you're implying that
Boom.
you're suggesting that the heat somehow warmed and woke up the germs from their hibernation of the winter
Yes.
slumber.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
incubated, man. Yeah, isn't that what you do with an egg? You get it a little warm, whatever, after time. You incubate it and the chicken hatches.
I think the
Exactly.
heat correlation is not the actual temperature, but more the warmer weather gets people to go out and mingle with others.
Mm. That too. Yeah.
And the germs are spread that way, from my
Right.
understanding.
Right.
Yeah, being sick sucks.
It does.
Did you watch anything?
Yes. What did I watch?
I don't know.
I fell asleep a lot. But there was something that you had suggested. I fell asleep to Station 11. Like I turned it on and got into maybe, I mean, seriously, like 4 minutes. And
Okay.
I was like, oh, I know.
Oh,
Love is
good.
Blind. Love is Blind.
Yeah,
the
the new
season.
How great is that the first episode finale?
Oh, so good.
Dude, this show is trash. Trash. It is a show on Netflix. It's a dating show where they can't see each other and they got to talk. And this first episode, the couple, they totally hit it off. They're so cute together. Like, you're like, they're awesome.
Yeah.
There's something off about her, but you kind of discount it and everything's good. And he's like feeling it. Like he's into it. She's into it. And he pretty much just spills the beans like, I'm into you. This is it. Da, da, da. Shares his heartfelt story. Da, 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 da. And he's like, whatever her name is, Madeline.
Micah.
Not answering.
Oh, Tiffany. That was Tiffany.
Sure. Whoever the name is. And is not answering. Right. And we can see what's happening. She's asleep. She's asleep. And he's like, doesn't know. He's confused. He thinks she left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like he said something that scared her off. And he can't see her. He can't talk. He doesn't know what's happening. So he leaves the room. And I don't know how much longer, but they had to go get the other contestants to come and wake her up.
Right.
Wow, she's
And
out
when
for a
they
while.
woke her up, I'm not joking, she looked like she was drunk.
Yeah. Yeah. She got like into like a little bit of party mode.
By herself in
Yeah.
an isolation room.
Mm-hmm.
And so
right.
she has to try and fit. I think there's something up with her. Faux show. I'm not far into it. So if you want to spoil it, go ahead.
Well,
But
I don't. But Micah, let's go to the blonde Micah, who's also hitting it off with
the super skinny girl.
the long blonde
Yeah,
hair.
she's
and
crazy.
she's all about Paul and Kwame.
Sure.
I think that she is like an F girl.
Okay.
Yeah. I think she's super scandalous.
Yeah. So did you watch all of it? Are you all the way through it?
No, I'm not. No, I'm I think 4 episodes in.
I love good trash TV, man.
Yes.
Trash TV is where it's at.
Well, they were saying that this is supposed to be the most scandalous season,
Sure.
and I think they weren't lying.
Sure. Well, welcome back, Lindsay.
Thank you.
VIP tickets to Smoking Guns. We'll give those away coming up. We'll see what Gimpy wants to talk about. We'll take a break and we'll be back.
Let's rock. More of the Big Mad Morning Show.
Extortion plot. 3 people have been arrested after torturing a man in a hotel room in Tennessee. It happened on the 21st of this month when police say 25-year-old Jessica Mortensen lured a 25-year-old man to a hotel room. Inside the room, 41-year-old Harry Kingham and 37-year-old Joshua Frazier forced the victim to remove his clothes, then held him at gunpoint while taking him to the bank to withdraw thousands of dollars. The victim was then thrown out of the car in his driveway.
Oh, damn.
All 3 suspects then returned to the hotel where the incident happened. Where police found them.
Yeah, and you never go back to the scene. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
There's a drug involved, Lindsay. Can you guess what drug is involved?
Meth.
Yes.
Nothing good comes out of methamphetamine.
Nope.
Yeah, and apparently he made an arrangement because he knew this girl from high school, and he made an arrangement for sex for $300, and the police were like, we're not charging him with solicitation. He's the victim here.
Mhm.
Even though he was participating in a crime, they knew he would fall for it. They clearly took advantage of him for hours
Yeah.
and made him give up his information, so he's not getting charged with. So I don't know if maybe he was somebody of some sort of brain disorder or on the spectrum or something that made him, according to the news report, gullible.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe just one of those lonely dudes, and this was the hot chick in high school. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Megan wants me now?
Yeah.
Well, Megan's, 45 right now and has got 6 kids and a drinking problem, but
Meth problem.
a meth problem. And, but it's okay because he remembers teenage Megan. And he's like, well, I'm going to get me some of that.
Yeah.
Finally, I get to touch my unicorn. And, well, they left you naked in your driveway.
Yeah.
On the upside of that, at least they dumped him in his driveway and not, I don't know, traveling down the highway.
The police report said they threw him out of the car in his driveway with like a bag of garbage. That's what the report said.
Like a bag of garbage or with a bag of
Like
garbage?
a bag of garbage.
Okay. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But he's alive and he is at his house.
All right. The proverbial question.
Uh-huh.
How many days off does he get after being kidnapped, tortured, thrown in his driveway like a bag of garbage. How many days off do you get from something like that? These are bonus days. You're not using vacation or sick days.
We're just going to go ahead and give you some time off to recoup.
Yeah, we as a company empathize with that crazy situation.
Mm-hmm.
You get some days off to recover. That happened on a Friday, the 21st of last Friday. Lindsay.
So does he have wounds? Like when we say he's tortured?
Irrelevant.
Let's not ask questions.
Well, give him.
How many days does he get off? He's been robbed. He's been abused.
Tortured, kidnapped, robbed, trust defiled.
Mm-hmm.
How many days?
I want to give him 2 weeks.
Okay. Because?
Especially if he's got wounds on him, I want to let him heal up. You know what I mean? Like if he's got some bruising on his face, things
Bruising's
like that.
3 days.
Bruising isn't going to cause anybody else at work to get, some kind of infectious disease if he has one.
No, that's true. I'll stick with
2 weeks. Okay, Gimpy.
Good Lord, that's a lot of 2 days. 2 days. That happened on a Friday. You get Saturday, Sunday. I'll give you Monday and Tuesday. You bring your ass back to work on Wednesday. And if you've got gashes all over yourself, put some goddamn butterfly stitches on that thing and get your ass back to work.
Take as long as you need. You're damaged goods now. If I get you back, you're hardly going to be the person. Whether you get 2 weeks or you're back on Monday, it's going to take a week for you to quell the office chatter.
Right.
So you're damaged goods. You're not coming back the same person.
Oh, no.
You're not going to remember whatever project you were working on. Forget about it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll do the right thing. Take as long as you want, but let's start hiring the replacement.
Oh, okay.
He's done.
Okay.
You're done.
What if he comes back from work, right, after his week, 2 weeks, however long he needs, and things are a little shaky there for, let's just say, like a week? That seems natural. But everything's back to normal that week after. Are you still firing that guy?
I didn't say fire.
Well, what are you going to do? How else are you going to get rid? You going to lay him off?
You let life work itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Let him quit?
Yeah, he'll quit on his own.
Maybe.
You still give him work. You still treat him as if he's an employee.
Absolutely.
Everything stays the same.
Absolutely.
But he is not the same employee, right? He experienced an incredibly traumatic event.
Yes. And maybe working where he works, doing what he does is his outlet to kind of get over things. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes
this ain't your team lost. This isn't you broke your arm.
Yeah, you were.
It is one of the most traumatic events human beings can go through is being kidnapped and tortured.
That is very true. That is very true.
Mr. No Days.
But everybody works through things differently.
Sure.
Some people need therapy.
Sure.
Some people just need to keep busy.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So maybe so what you're gonna do is you're gonna let this cat go so he can drive himself crazy.
I'm not gonna let him go.
All right. Go down the meth aisle with his new girlfriend Megan. All right.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, he's committed suicide and hung himself in the garage because I
don't know what that has to do with me. No, that has zero to do with me. I'm saying I have a responsibility as a company to make sure everybody's doing their job. And he can come back. We'll treat him as family. He'll stay on insurance. We'll give him projects. Everything will stay the same. But to have the expectation that he's going to be the same employee is not realistic. And that is what I'm saying.
I understand there's going to be some differences, but deep down inside, if that's what he needs to heal, then you keep on keeping on. I'm not hiring. I'm not looking for the new hire immediately.
He is going to be a drip at the company picnic.
Oh, yeah.
Do not ask him to play laser tag or just tag or capture the flag.
Don't even say the word capture around him.
Don't do the ropes course with him.
Right.
Trust fall?
No. Trust any of you bitches.
No.
He's going to want to move to another state and start a whole new life.
Yes.
Well, maybe.
Let it work itself out, but you have a responsibility to your customers. And as a manager of a business, we got to move forward. We can't let somebody hang on to the back of the train as it's pulling away from the station. Give him all those resources he needs. Let him continue to get a check.
Right.
Put him in a basement. Take his red, whatever that looks like for you.
Right.
All these stories are on our Facebook page. No days off.
I said 2. I
No,
gave
you
him
said
2
the
days.
weekend, which he already gets.
No, I said I'll give you 2 days. That you've got Friday and Saturday, so I'll give you Monday and Tuesday.
You get Friday, you get Saturday and Sunday off.
Exactly. So you've got 4 days.
So you gave no
total.
days off.
I gave him Monday and Tuesday off.
No, you said back on Monday.
No, I said back on Wednesday. I said you got Friday and you got Saturday and Sunday already off. All right, so I'll give you Monday and Tuesday back to work on Wednesday.
Who wants to start in the middle of the week?
Bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Listen, I got a business to run, Corbin.
That's what I'm saying. I hear people all the time say that this isn't fair. Life isn't fair. It's not fair for me. It's not fair for what I want to do. I hear that all the time. And I'm going to tell you a story right now where you don't get to say that anymore.
Okay.
All right.
There is a country on this planet
Mm-hmm.
where the government makes them have a quota of collecting their own feces
Why? Why is
for
that even-
fertilizer.
Okay.
And as quotas go, they tend to grow every year.
You haven't crapped enough this year.
And
You
it's-
need to put out some more.
And it's such a problem, the quota and the unreachability for maybe you're not having enough fiber in your diet, that you end up stealing crap from your neighbors so you can meet your quota to the government.
What has this
Thou shalt not
world
steal
come
my
to?
neighbor's crap.
What's that, Gimpy?
So what does this world come to, man?
So when you talk about how unfair it is, just keep in mind, you're not having to steal your neighbor's crap, literally. I don't know what I would do. I got to keep. So like I do all the grocery shopping, right? I do the majority of cooking
Right.
because my schedule allows for that to happen.
Yeah.
So that means if the crap quota was a thing here, that would be on my list of things I got to take care of.
Absolutely. All right. So I got to go to the grocery store at 12:30. I've got a doctor's appointment and then pick up the dry cleaning. Oh, and I've got to take 4 craps today. Oh, big ones too, because, I was light yesterday.
Hey, little Sally flushed.
Yeah.
She can't be
Oh.
flushing.
Mm-hmm.
We are so close to this month's quota.
Yeah. You have to keep track of whenever anyone in your family goes poo. You got to collect it for your kids
What
and
do you-
your wife.
You want to guess what the average household quota a year is of crap
Oh,
in this country?
oof. I'm going. Go, Lindsay, go ahead.
Like pounds?
Yeah.
Billion pounds?
£1 billion in a household.
Good
Oh, in a
Lord.
household. I'll go.
That's
Let's
a lot
go
of
with-
duty.
Let's go with 100 pounds.
Okay. Gimpy.
I was going to say 50 pounds, I think is a good quota for your family to poop.
220 pounds a year in a household. Now, these are people that
Lord.
are able to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have somebody who's, they don't go, oh, sorry,
So-
they're on a colostomy bag.
It's a sliding scale, essentially.
Of course, it's an
Yeah,
average.
Yeah.
Right. If you have only 2 people in a house compared to the house of 6, I think the scale is going to be a little
Yeah.
different.
Does this article say like how they reach that number for the quota? Like, is it based on weight and diet and obviously household members, how many people you have in your house?
Sure. It's going to, by the number of people,
Okay.
depends on how much your
So
quota
it's
is.
strictly on the number of people
Yeah.
that judges how much you need to craft
course.
for this. Okay.
Yeah. What I said was the average.
Right. I was just thinking like, well, they look at a family of 6 and they're like, all right, well, you guys eat X amount a week. So therefore you should be producing X amount of excrement a week. So your quota is X. But I didn't know how it worked out. I guess it's just like you got 6 people. You can make this much poop.
Yeah. You should be able to
You
make this much poop.
Should be able to.
And if not, see your doctor.
The idea that would be a stress in your life.
Yes. What does stress do?
Right.
Stress can-
binds you. Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. Phone number is 918-460-KMOD. That could come in handy throughout the day. You can also text. And to do that, you type BMMS space, whatever you want to say, to the phone number 82945. News quickies are stories you may have missed in the news. We cover them here and put a link on our Facebook page if you want more. Facebook.com/BMMS69.
It's time for news quickies, world news, local news, and news that just makes you say, what the Now here's Corbin, Gimpy, and Lindsay with what's going on. News quickies from the Big Man Morning Show at 97.5 KMOD.
Woman married to a rag doll says she's pregnant with their second child. Mary Verone Roca Moraes has gone viral many times over the past few years after sharing her whirlwind romance with her inanimate object. The 37-year-old is now thrilled to announce that the couple are expecting another baby, showing off a pregnancy test on TikTok that appears to be positive. She has racked up over 369,000 views with the couple who have a son, saying they are so happy and they're hoping for a girl this time. She claims that they really wanted to get pregnant again. And Marcelo, that's the rag doll's name, kept asking when we're going to get another baby. And she told him one day, she said, there were a couple of times I felt nauseous, so I would take a test, but they were negative. However, I recently started to get nauseous again, so I bought a test from the local pharmacy and it was positive.
Well, of course.
We're so happy. We would love to have a little princess. She said that they were going through relationship troubles in the past. The couple are hoping having another baby will strengthen their marital bond. She said, since finding out that he cheated on me, we have been very distant.
Jesus.
I know. She said, we still live in the same house, but it isn't the same.
Well, having a kid will solve that.
Right. Apparently, her mom made her this doll. This woman is from Brazil. And it's just crazy. People have liked the video more than 24,000 times. They've left comments of congratulations, you deserve it. Marcel is the guy. Someone said, I want a relationship like this. And some are speechless. Some say she needs help. Others say very crazy. The pictures of the rag doll, I mean, it's creepy.
Are spectacular.
Looking. Yeah, but it's creepy. Them in the bathtub together.
This is clearly satirical.
Yeah.
It's clearly, I mean, the mom probably she was like, I am having trouble finding a man. And so she got a rag doll, like made a doll for this person. And then they posted it to social media and then occasionally post photos. Like the wedding photo looks pretty, like there's a lot of children around. So it doesn't feel like the pregnancy, like after giving birth, she's sitting up holding her rag doll. I mean, I guess you don't need me to tell you it's not real.
Right.
But it looks like it's being done in her home or whatever for social media.
Yeah.
Just because you see something crazy doesn't mean that that's real.
Right.
It could be somebody, having a little fun.
Trying to get likes on their TikTok.
Yes.
Because you said the video had been watched how many times or shared how many times, Lindsay?
It's been viewed 369,000 times.
Yeah. That's all that is. Just trying to get some clicks. Dad caught masturbating at a bus stop for over an hour. Now, this isn't a best of. This is a fresh news story.
Oh, wow.
Comes out of Australia. See, what had happened was there's a 49-year-old dude named Kip Perrin is his name. He was working on a Saturday. See, Kip does construction, and him and his work buddies decided to go with the boss after work to have a few drinks and some dinner. After some drinks and dinner, they decided to go back to the boss's house and party some more. About 2 o'clock in the morning, Kip's like, I gotta go home. So Kip is on his way home, stops at a bus stop, says, I gotta take a little rest. While he's sitting there at the bus stop, Kip thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and take his pants off. Start masturbating right there at the bus stop.
We don't choose these things.
No, man.
They choose us.
It just happens. It happens. So this passerby passes by, sees Kip whooping it there at the bus stop, and then calls the police. The police are on their way. They're close by. Kip sees the cops, and that's when he decides to put his pants on and beat it. Skeeted at it. He walked away. So they went ahead and released the CCTV footage on television to try to, get Kip caught. Maybe somebody turned him in or whatever. Well, he turned himself in. And when the police asked him what the hell was going on, he explained to them that he was at his boss's house, had a few drinks, blah, blah, blah. And they showed him the footage, and he says to the cops, "That's not me. I've never done that before." But yeah, that's me. Because, he's caught on TV.
Right, that is totally me.
Can't get out of this one, Kip. Anyhow, he went ahead and pled guilty in court, and he is scheduled for his sentencing in late May.
Have you ever waited for a bus?
No. I've never been on public transit.
It can take a long time.
I can imagine.
You can get bored.
However, is taking your pants completely off and masturbating for over an hour really the right way to pass the time by?
No.
I feel like that's argumentative.
Does this guy not have a phone? Watch TikTok videos.
Apparently not.
Man.
He's trying to reduce his screen time.
Oh, is that what it
Yeah.
is? Yeah.
Maybe his phone was dead.
He's trying to reduce the blue light.
Get out of here.
Inmate throws dumbbell at officer.
Oh, damn.
This happens in Connecticut at the Greenhaven Correctional Facility. In Dutchess County, New York. And the officer has not returned to the job after an inmate threw a dumbbell at him. Officials say it was Saturday morning when the inmate was carrying the 25-pound dumbbell from the yard and threw it at the officer. The officer blocked the dumbbell, but was taken to the medical center for pain in his left hand and finger. The 31-year-old inmate was reportedly imprisoned for the second time for weapons possession. Short of a mental situation, throwing a dumbbell at anyone, you must have had a beef with that person.
Right.
I can't imagine, even if it was as quick as, "Come on, it's time to go. Man, I don't want to."
Right.
And throwing the dumbbell. Throwing a 25-pound dumbbell, that is not easy. He's underhanding it, right?
Yeah.
He's not pitcher throwing it.
No, I don't know if you can. It depends on the weight of the dumbbell. Did it
25 pounds?
25 pounds. You can't overhand a 25-pound dumbbell. I'm sure you could. It's going to hurt like a son of a bitch.
I could palm it and do it, not lob it.
Right.
But not wind up and throw it.
Right, trying to throw a fastball or something to that effect, yeah.
And I don't even think it would get very far.
No,
And it's not about strength. It's about the proportion of weight moving.
Right.
And then having the dexterity to throw it with your hand.
I think it'd be more of a sidearm kind of throw.
Yeah.
A haymaker.
Good call.
Going that way as opposed to going over. Because if you're going to underhand toss it, it's not going to it'll get that far, but it's not going to hit anything major. I think maybe hit him in the stomach, maybe in the foot or something. But if you sidearm that sumbitch and whirl it at him like that,
I'll do you one better. How about show your back and then spin and throw it?
There you go, like a discus.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. In the track and field days.
Yeah, or a shot put.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's no joke, huh?
Yeah, I'm not messing with that, man.
I think he's done in the yard.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Go into the box.
I would imagine there's some disciplinary measure. I don't know if the box is still a thing.
Right.
Solitaire. I don't know.
Solitaire, box, whatever. It's all
But I think he's done in the yard. His yard experience might be a little more limited.
Yeah, no more playtime for you there, boss.
Yeah. All right. All these stories are on our Facebook page at facebook.com/BMMS69.
You're listening to the
Thought if there is a website for women to go to find men that are well endowed. Now that we've said it aloud, I'm sure there's one.
Well, there has to be. They've got one for farmers, Christian singles.
Sure.
Why can't they have one? It's
Spoiler, those are all the same databases.
What?
Yeah.
Big dong dating.
And I'm sure there's one for this, but do guys who like bolt-ons,
Right.
breasts, is there a website for fake boobs, only dating girls with fake breasts?
I feel like there probably is, but also I feel like that might be something in a profile, like on a dating app, like a question, like, do you prefer real or fake boobs? Or, you know what I mean?
I would know. I've never filled any
me
one of those
either.
out, but that doesn't. You fill that out on a dating app. I don't take a lot of credibility with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're on a site as looking for a partner and the website is fakeboobsforyou.com, then you better have big old bolt-ons, right? Same way for girls looking for guys with well-endowed junk.
Yeah.
If that's on, like, every guy's going to put that in his profile.
Right.
But if you're on a website of Tubuku, you better be.
Right.
I don't go to the chicken restaurant and order a hamburger.
Yeah. Do you have to upload measurements to be on these websites?
If they exist, I don't even know.
Right.
So far, I just simply Googled website for men who want to only date women with fake breasts. That seems pretty simple and plain Jane, right?
Okay.
Haven't found anything yet. Haven't found anything yet. A lot of, these are the 28 best things to know before getting a boob job, or the 10 best dating apps, blah, 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 blah. But nothing in here, fakeboobsonly.com.
Okay. I Googled double D dating website.
Was double spelled out, or you just put two big D's on there?
No, I wrote double D dating website, and there isn't one. One does not come up.
Yeah. I honestly don't think that there are websites that get that specific.
Yeah. On our trademark. On our trademark.
Yeah, absolutely. There needs to be.
People are vain.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole thing, if that was my company, is that you'd have to do that across the board. So if you're going to have, doubleddating.com, then you got to have, tubuku.com.
Right. 9 inches or more.com.
Yeah. If whatever that
Whatever
is.
it is, yeah. I'm almost afraid to type that in.
Just like people are into feet. Like there should be a website that if you want to date someone who loves dealing with feet as a woman and you're comfortable, like there are people that's that rowboat has 2 oars,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What did you find?
Is there one?
Fatu. It says foot fetish dating platform. Feet worship and femdom chat. Fetish sex dating, the online kink community.
Yeah, I mean,
there's. I was just looking for dating sites about foot fetishes.
I guess that'd be a subgenre of BDSM, right? So
yeah, sure. Footfetishdating.com. Click. Footfetishmatch.com. So they do have websites that will get down into it in certain aspects, in certain areas. Giant schlongs or, mega boob isn't one of them. But feet. Why?
Lindsay, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically they want to know, are any of them still single? I'm 5'2", 120 pounds, pleasant on the eyes, and very capable of intelligent conversation. For the record, if you write that in there, I know you're not. Just saying, because if you were, you'd say something intelligent.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lindsay? How do you find a well-endowed man or person?
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, I would say I found mine. I'm
There,
not looking.
too late.
Yeah.
All right. What's done is done.
So I would say maybe join a matchmaker. Ask a matchmaker to help you out. I feel like that would be something that would be on a matchmaking site.
Right, but don't you think there's room for fibbing on that?
Yeah,
You get to
definitely.
embellish a lot on those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Picture of you and a dog, and they're like, oh, where's your dog? I don't have a dog.
Mhm.
Oh, there's a picture of you on your dating profile. Yeah.
About that. That was my friend's dog, and I
Yeah.
thought it would just,
It's a great picture of me.
bring you in.
They do say that people with dogs in their profile pictures
Totally.
get lots of hits.
You want to, if you're a single guy, there are 2 ways to pick up women in my opinion.
Mm.
A dog at a park.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a dog park. You will find probably a woman with a dog.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
God, I hope so.
Offer
Yeah.
to pick up your friend's kids at school where you have to walk in.
Oh, yeah. Single mom, single dad.
Just saying. Right? That would be the way to do it. All right. But Lindsay, well endowed.
Yeah, I would say get on a match. Hire a matchmaker. Hire a matchmaker. I don't think you're ever going to just find someone well endowed unless you are looking on someone's OnlyFans page, maybe. I would say a guy that has some junk is going to start his own page if he's single.
Gimpy.
I don't know. I don't know where to start, and I don't want to know where to start. So my advice to this person is figure it out your damn self. All right? Go find somebody and ask them if they got a big schlonger. And if the answer's yes, then okay, well, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself, but then there you got your answer. But I don't know. I have never searched for a guy with a huge schlong. I have no desire to search for a guy with a huge schlong. Now I'm out. I have no advice for you.
If you asked me where to find information on molecular science, I wouldn't be able to help you. Nor am I a resource for this. I'm just making an assumption. You might be focusing on the wrong thing.
Eyes up here, lady.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
If your objective's just to get that, go to the bar and ask guys.
Absolutely.
They will gladly tell you. And be ready to call them out on it. Because every guy is going to say they're a horse. That the Jolly Green Giant ain't got nothing on them.
When I had first pierced mine way back when I was in high school, you're proud of it. And I was talking to this gal, Amber, I think is what her name was. And I was telling her about it. Oh, yeah, penis is pierced, did it myself, blah, blah, blah. Now let's sit. Okay. So I had no choice but to present myself to her. Oh, it just goes to prove his point. You're going to have to be prepared for them to, whip it out.
Yeah. You're going to have to be very assertive. Did you end up sleeping with her?
No, I didn't.
Interesting.
Why you say that?
I asked for the dessert tray. I'm getting dessert.
Not if it's ugly.
I don't know anything about that. Mind-reading brain implant allows man to talk again. A 36-year-old patient who's being known as Pancho is the first person to try a mind-reading brain implant that lets him, quote, speak. He was paralyzed from the neck down by a stroke at the age of 20, and the device has allowed him to communicate at around 7 words per minute, despite only being able to move his eyes. After all that time, he did have something important to tell the researchers. They put the implant in. What do you think the first thing he said was?
Hello.
It's fantastic. I'm obviously asking because it's not hello.
Can I get a churro?
I'm hungry.
Not far off.
Uno cerveza, por favor.
I think they're just calling him Pancho. Not sure of his ethnicity.
Just saying. Why else would they call him Pancho?
This hospital food sucks.
Nice.
Well, I mean, he's speaking the truth.
He's like, if I could just tell him about the hospital food. Guys, I think it's working. He's about to say his first words. Everybody gather around. The hospital food sucks. Because it's a robot, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Somebody get him an In-N-Out.
Yeah.
All these stories are on our Facebook page at Facebook. Not I love you, not thank you,
Right.
not
This is incredible.
Yeah, none of those things.
What's
Hey,
that
I've been
say
waiting 16 years to say something. None of that.
What's it say about the hospital food if it's that bad? Like all that overshadowed by the hospital food.
I mean, you kind of want to go, hey, it's just one guy's opinion.
We all know.
But he's been in the hospital 16 years. He's been like, oh, God, if I ever get the chance to talk again, this is
horrified gas station staff find severed human penis in parking lot. This happened in Mobile, Alabama. Petrol station. The staff there were given the shock of their lives when they discovered a human penis on site. This bizarre discovery was made just yesterday. Actually, Thursday. No, what is today? What's today? Wednesday? Monday. Monday this happened, January 30th.
What's happening?
I have no
A little after
idea.
6 a.m., police officers showed up, collected the severed appendage as evidence. According to the reports, police do not believe the findings is proof of any foul play, but it is not clear whose member was actually found. My favorite quote, one employee simply told local reporters, "It was a whole D." A statement at 4 from the Mobile Police Department stated the incident was not being investigated as an assault or a murder, adding it was a mystery how on earth the penis ended up there. Footage saw local reporters apparently showing a black truck pulling into the station around 6:15 a.m. to fill up. Then the truck pulls away before a penis then falls onto the car park tarmac. Once a report was made, a heavy police presence attends the store, located in the port city of Mobile on Alabama's Gulf Coast. The area got taped off while police investigated the incident, which has caused a stir in the local community. I mean,
I'm not buying this.
they're saying that the discoveries like this at the petrol stations are pretty common. I guess in
Finding penises
and-
at a gas station is common.
not necessarily penises, but in 2021, they said that a body of a man aged in his 20s was located.
Well, but was
at
his
this
penis
gas
intact?
station.
So what's common then?
Finding bodies and
bodies and body parts, I guess.
yes, at this particular gas station.
Hmm.
I'm not buying this. The story doesn't cite a news source other than Boing Boing and Daily Star. It doesn't refer to, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't go to like a local place.
Right. You think something like that would make local news, at least headlines. Mm.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying I'm not buying it because that's a crazy story that a penis was found in a parking lot.
Maybe this is a hot spot for like lot lizards. And one trucker was like, "Hey, baby, you here for a good time?" And this lady, this lot lizard, climbs into the truck, and then the dude finds out that it's a dude, and he's like, "Ow, no, you've got a dong," and then slices it off, and then tosses it out the window, and then continues carrying his load to Birmingham. I don't know.
And I would think the Mobile Police Department would have this on their site, like on their Facebook or something.
Oh, they got nothing on there either.
Not that I can see.
Fake news.
And they're
Fake
keeping
news.
it hush hush until they know more.
Oh, it's the Russians.
Hey, we don't know whose penis this is. If anybody has details, let us know.
Or they're probably looking at the tapes trying to investigate that truck. Kind of like the Idaho murders.
Which
they
was
were being
what?
quiet
All
until
over
they had more.
It was all over the news.
But they weren't saying what they had. That's why like the parents were being so disgruntled.
So Daily
at the
Star,
time.
some
Right,
some weird rag got the break.
Well, they're the only
I'm
ones
just saying-
running with it.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying, right? It's a great story.
Well, Lindsay, I'll see your severed schlong and raise you a giant dildo. Shoplifter caught trying to steal a giant 30-inch dildo. This happens in West Hollywood at the Circus of Books, which was formerly known as Chi Chi LaRue's. It's not really important, but it's a funny name nonetheless. So the video's on our Facebook page, and they say that this drunken patron walks in, stumbles into the Circus of Books. You see him walking around a little bit, and then they go over and they wrap both arms around this giant 30-inch black dildo and then just walk right on out the door with it. But one of the employees, Marcus Blackwell, says that they were ready like Freddy. His quote. They went out there. They chased the person down. They retrieved the big black schlong, and they brought it back and they put it back on display where they picked it up at. Now, they didn't say whether they called the cops or anything like that, but they did say that this big black rubber wiener can be yours for $699.95.
Wow.
So 30 inches, damn near to a doorknob, right?
Uh-huh.
Doorknob's 36 inches.
Yeah.
That's not even the story. The story is how girthy it is.
Boy, it's massive. I've got the measurements right here. This massive black is 30 inches. It says here that it measures at 30.7 inches, so that's the height,
Yeah.
and 6.88 inches wide at the base, and then 11 inches wide at the
end.
end.
So it's, I mean,
Testicle area.
it's like a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah.
bitch. It is huge. That is not for use. That's strictly for display.
Yeah.
In the video, she grabs it with one arm and it almost falls off. Like that's how
Yeah.
top.
It's a big one. It's a honker.
Yeah. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, do you know how much it is?
How much, like, price-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, $699.95 plus tax.
I go to a sex shop and I'm like, $30.
Yeah, right. Right. I'm not going to spend $700 for something that'll just sit in the corner and get dusty.
A lot of people, it's
Exactly.
payday today, and you're like, "Whoo, dog, been saved."
Valentine's Day's coming up.
Hey man, we're going out. Can't
I'm
saving
broke.
up, saving up. Got to get a sex toy. Would you rather get your ass beat once a day, every day for the rest of your life in front of your spouse and kids, or go to prison for 2 years? Lindsay,
Go to prison for 2 years.
so you wouldn't miss your 2 years of your kid's football game?
Yeah. I don't want to get my
2
ass beat
2 years of
every day.
birthdays, 2 years of Christmases.
I mean, how bad are we talking? How much pain am I going to be in?
Doesn't matter. You're
How
just
much
getting your ass beat.
suffering?
Doesn't matter.
An ass beat hurts.
Yeah. Like, am I going to have a busted eye? Am I going to be able to see? Am I going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how bad is this beat down?
Yes, to all those questions. It's an ass
Yeah.
beating.
So just give me prison for 2 years.
Okay, Gimpy.
Take the ass beating. I think that after the first week or two, you just become numb to it. You come to expect it. All right. You're like, all right, 2:00, time for my daily ass beating. Wife, kids, come on, gather around. Dad's about to get his ass kicked. And then let him take 5-10 minutes out of their day to whoop my ass and beat me to a bloody pulp. All right, Frank. See you tomorrow about the same time. Same ass kicking time. And then walk by on my way,
Yeah. I feel like I'm picking the ass kicking too, because logistically, okay, a couple factors here. One, logistically, who are you going to find someone to show up every day? It ain't happening.
Right.
It ain't happening.
Mhm.
You got haircuts.
Right.
You got doctor's appointments. You got that Zoom meeting.
Well, I mean, there's a lot that can go into it. One, it could be a different person every day.
Sure.
Right. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. Let's just say you're getting your haircut at 2:00 and it's time for your ass kicking. Well, you're getting your ass kicking in the middle of your haircut, or you're going to have to pause to get your ass kicking.
Yeah.
And then go back to your haircut.
I'm not saying me have the haircut. I'm saying people, life happens, right?
Okay.
And then what if the guy that, let's just say it's one person and he does it for 5 years and then he gets hit by a car and dies? Like, then what? Do you have an open call?
Mhm.
Right? Let's say it's volunteer and people are like, well, I want to kick Corbin's ass. Great. That's going to work good for about the first year or so. And then people are like, okay. And maybe people are going to show up and watch. And then after a while, like, all right, enough's enough.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like the ass kicking is the pick.
However, what if the ass kicking is so bad that one day you're getting your ass kicked and it causes internal bleeding and you don't even know it, and then you end up dying from the ass
Well, then your
kicking?
ass beating is done because it's for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And they're going to jail for murder at that point.
But you're dead.
So will they be. And insurance premium. Come on. It's all good. Right? To me, there's just too much logistics with the ass kicking every day. And you're going to go to jail and get your ass kicked every day.
True statement.
Maybe not.
There's a good chance you're going to have to change who you are as an individual to go to jail for 2 years. You're going to have to jeopardize your virtues.
Either way, something is happening with your ass.
The Huffington Post has a list of the rudest things to avoid when you're visiting someone's home, like things you shouldn't do, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Touching or moving things.
Well, yeah.
Oh, so like if
I'm guilty of this though. Like if a picture
I'm
is
shocked.
if a picture is crooked hanging on the wall, I'll
It's-
straighten it
Why?
No,
Why? It's not yours.
exactly.
because I'm sure that it wasn't supposed to be crooked.
You don't know that. Some people like things off kilter like that.
I'll even mention it. I'm gonna fix that.
Oh, that's rude. That's like, like the cliche of like a mom coming in, like, your pictures aren't straight.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Ma.
Another one. Expecting a tour.
Oh yeah.
You don't walk in and be like, give me a tour.
No, I don't.
I totally do. I
because
love snooping
don't-
around.
Because I don't want someone to do that to me. Because what if your bedrooms aren't clean or the bathroom's not clean?
Then they'll let you know.
Yeah.
Furthermore, Susan, they shouldn't be having company over if that's the case. Bedroom, maybe. Right? Bathrooms, though, clean that ass up if you're having company come over.
Another one. Overstaying your welcome.
Right?
How long? What's the good amount of time to stay at someone's house?
Depends on what the activity is.
Yeah,
Let's say dinner.
Oh, okay.
a couple hours.
2 hours after dinner. After 2 hours.
So
time
you
to
still
go.
at 6, 8, get out.
Because now it's time for the family to wind down
Yeah,
and start doing their own nightly routine.
and I think it depends on who it is too. Like you always know. I think depending on which friend it is.
Snooping.
Oof.
Yeah,
Opening the cabinet
yeah. You
to
don't
look
do
through the
that.
medicine cabinet. You feel like you give the vibe that you do that.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, it's not an insult. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it gives a vibe.
Why? What gives
Because you're
you that
nosy.
vibe?
You're very nosy.
What makes me nosy?
Well, you'll walk into a room when a conversation's happening going, wait, what are we talking about?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You love knowing other people's gossip?
Yeah. I'll watch those gossip shows.
No, I'm
That's what
talking
they're
like
there
personal
for.
gossip. I'm not talking about TV shows.
Yeah, if we're here, I don't want to miss out on anything for sure.
Yeah, that's nosy.
Yeah.
Bringing an uninvited +1.
Yeah. Because now you're forcing the other people to like entertain somebody they don't know. It just makes
Right.
everything.
Or don't
Yeah.
like.
Exactly. And it's not your place to be inviting somebody else over.
Feeding their dog.
Huh? Oh, like table scraps or something?
I think that's what they mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you'd be like, where's your chow chow so I can put it in the
Mhm.
bowl? Yeah. Some people do that. Some people think that because they feed their dogs table scraps or popcorn or whatever,
Yeah.
that they can do that with your dog.
That's good that your dog's stomach has adapted to that. But now you're going to make your friend's dog crap all over their house because it's not used to that.
Showing up empty-handed.
I don't think that's that bad. I mean, do I have to bring potato salad every time I come over?
No?
Exactly.
No, I always take something.
Yeah. I always take a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Always, always.
All right. I usually got my medicine on me, so that just works out perfectly.
Yeah, but that's not extra, right? Like you said, it's like offering him a cigarette.
Right. I don't have to share with you, though. That's the thing. I don't have to.
1-8-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS. And then what you want to say, 282-945. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin. You know, you could be $1,000 richer just for listening to KMOD. Get the keyword 9 times during the workday and enter it online at KMOD.com for your chance to win.
Morning, Gimpy.
Well, good morning, Corbin. We'll be talking with Dustin Fletcher from Smoking Guns about 9:30. MMA, boxing, firefighter, police, charity, blah, 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 blah. Going on at the BOK Center Saturday, April 22nd. We'll be playing for tickets here coming up soon.
And we qualified another person for CML 2023. Blaine True of Holbert heard the cue. You can qualify as well. Make sure you're listening every hour on Thursday for your chance to get qualified to see every concert KMOD is a part of this year, including VIP tickets to Rocklahoma. It's all from Shiner Bach and 97.5 KMOD. Let's see what Gimpy wants to talk about.
Be around the world, take my strong hand, get on the give train, on the give train. Be around the world, take my strong hand, get on the give train, give train.
It's wild I was hoping you'd play some of the new ones I put in there for you.
I'll get to that. I got another one that's in limbo waiting. I'm just waiting for the right day.
There's some good ones in there. All right, so I've talked about this on air before, and that's Touch Tunes, the digital jukebox. Okay, Touch Tunes. Now I'm going to say this: they don't.
You have a problem.
Tell me about it.
You have an addiction.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. They don't pay me, all right, at all whatsoever. I just love it, and I found something. I went down a hole on Touch Tunes. All right. So it started like 2 weeks ago. I'm at the pump having some drinks, okay, and I'm playing some music. I get down to 1 credit left on the Touch Tunes app, and I'm like, well, what the hell can I play for just 1 credit on the jukebox? Now, keep in mind this thing I found out. Touch Tunes is in 2/3 of the bars in America. 2/3. Every bar and restaurant in America, 2/3 of them has a Touch Tunes digital jukebox. I'm like, that's impressive. Okay. I can't tell you the last time I saw an old school jukebox. You pop your quarters in, like A6 or whatever. It's all digitalized. And I love it because they got the app. I can go ahead and pick my songs right there. I don't have to get up and go to the jukebox, whatever. So I'm like, well, what can I play for just 1 measly credit?
Which is how much?
Hell, I have no idea. I buy in bulk.
How much do you spend?
Well, I'm glad you asked because I did the math. Just this year alone.
So far.
Keep in mind, we're only halfway through April. You guys want to guess?
Oh, fun.
Yes.
How much has he spent for music to play on the jukebox? Literally one of the cheapest MFers I know.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say $350.
Okay.
It feels heavy. I'm just going to go half. I'm going to say 150, which to me is an astronaut. It's 150% more than I spend maybe in my life on jukebox tunes.
I went through my bank statements, my credit card statements, my Cash App statements, everything I use to pay for Touch Tunes credits.
That's a lot.
I added it. Tell me about it. I added everything up. So far, since January of this year, and it is only April 13th, I have spent $338 on goddamn Touch Tunes credits. For real. It's only April. And I'm like, I've got the rest of the year to go. So I'm interested here like December. I want to add it all up and see what my year-end total is.
Well, let's just go with this.
Right.
You're near $1,000.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's insane, right?
Stupid might be a better word, but sure.
I have a problem. I love music. What can I say? And I love
music too.
I love being the DJ, and if I can do that, I don't have to talk. I can just sit there and play music from my phone and blah, blah, blah. Why the hell not, right? Oh my God. I added that up and I was like, holy cow, that's not good. But I digress. So I'm looking through and I'm like, all right, I got 1 credit left. What can I play for 1 credit? So instead of going through and searching all the songs and hitting on it and say, okay, that one's 2, blah, 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 I took to Google because Google's amazing and Google has answers for everything. And I figured Google would give me an answer on what songs are just 1 credit on the Touch Tunes. Now, as I did not find that list at all whatsoever, I did find something interesting, and this is from Touch Tunes themselves. I did not realize that they did this. They have year-end charts for Touch Tunes, and I thought that was impressive. So what I have here, this is the year-end charts for 2022. All right, 2023 has just started. We're in April, so this is all of 2022. And I'm going through this, and I'm like, well, this is some pretty amazing stuff here. We're going to start off here by just the stats that they have. Now, these are the top played genres on Touch Tunes digital jukebox. Rock is by far the most popular genre when it comes to Touch Tunes. 40% of music played on Touch Tunes is rock. Second place is country with 22%. And then you have pop and you have rap and hip hop coming in third at 13%. Pop and R&B are tied with 9%. And then it goes Latin music 5%. And then blues, jazz, and electronic are tied with 1%. I'm like, that's pretty interesting, to be honest with you. I play a little bit of everything, to be honest with you, but I play mostly country music because I'm a country music fan. And everywhere I go, those people, that's the same type of people or whatever. And we listen to a little bit of everything, but I was like, well, that's impressive. That's impressive to see that. So then as I'm going through all of these, the stats that Touch Tunes has here, it has it broken down by the top played artists. It also has the top 5 songs based by genre. It's like top 5 catalog songs from rock, country. It also has the new releases from those genres, and along with rap, hip hop, and R&B. So, of course, with pop and Latin as well. I find this to be very interesting, and I'll just take it from the top here and roll my way on down the line here. So the top 5 catalog songs in the rock category, you might be surprised. You might not be surprised. If you guys were to guess any of the top 5 catalog songs under the rock genre for Touch Tunes, what would you think the top 5 would be? Just, you don't have to give me all 5, just maybe one of them. We'll see if they're even on here.
I want to say it would be an 80s hair band.
Okay. I'll give you that. Corbin, what say you? Top 5 catalog songs of the rock genre.
In the rock genre,
Mhm.
I mean, I would be not surprised if there was some class, like real classic rock in there.
Mhm.
AC/DC comes to mind. That
Okay.
would be in that play.
Okay. AC/DC came in number 5 with Thunderstruck. And then follow number 4, Sweet Child of Mine. Number 3, Don't Stop Believin'. Number 2, Brown Eyed Girl from Van Morrison.
Of course.
And then number 1, Fat Bottom Girls.
Huh.
I'm like, all right, that's cool. So moving over to the country side of life, if you guys just had to, guess something that was in the top 5 country catalog on Touch Tunes, what would you guess be?
The Dance.
Okay.
Or Friends in Low Places.
So Garth.
Okay, Garth Brooks. Okay, Corbin.
Zach Brown.
Okay.
Oh.
Number 5 is Drunk and I Don't Want to Go Home from Ellie King. Number 4 is Wasted on You from Morgan Wallen.
Oh.
Number 3 is Morgan Wallen as well. He holds 2
He's
spots
huge, yeah.
with Whiskey Glasses. Garth comes in at number 2.
Friends in Low
Places.
totally.
And then number 1, which I can see it, but I was still kind of surprised at this, is Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey.
Sure.
So it's good.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good song for sure. So moving down the list to the top 5, these are new releases, still the same 2 categories, rock and country. All right. Here we got number 5. This is the rock category, new releases, Touch Tunes statistics from Touch Tunes themselves. Okay. The Black Keys, Wild Child. I like the Black Keys. Never heard this song before.
Oh, it's a fantastic
Pretty
song.
awesome. I'll have to check it out then. Number 4, playing our 50th anniversary concert at the BOK Center, April 24th, Shinedown with Planet Zero. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then Ghost is number 3 with Call Me Little Sunshine. Exactly.
Wow.
That's the look that I had. That's interesting. And then number 2 is the Chili Peps with Black Summer. And then number 1, yeah, exactly. Which, okay, say what I like the Chili Peps, don't get me wrong. That one right there's not my particularly favorite Chili Peps song, but it's new. So I'm like, all right. And hence under the new releases. And then you have number 1 with Hardy's Sold Out, which is a badass song, by the way.
The part that is crazy about like a new release on a jukebox is the song has to be a new release.
Yeah.
But people typically don't play new releases on a jukebox.
Right.
So if it's played out of 5 million plays, it's played 5 times, and then there's no one else. Like, these are the top 5 out of 5.
Right.
No,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, most people they go nostalgic to play what they're familiar with.
memory association. Yeah.
And unless you hear something new on the radio, like, oh, I want to hear that new Hardy, you play Sold Out, whatever. So the top 5 new country releases is interesting. Nico Moon with Good Time comes in at number 5. Cody Johnson, Till You Can't, which is a bit of a slower song at number 4. Aaron Lewis on the country chart with Am I the Only One, which is an all right kind of song. It's all right.
As in Stained, right? Aaron Lewis
Stained.
yeah.
From Stained, yes. Number 2 is Morgan Wallen, You Proof. And then number 1, Touch Tunes top 5 new releases is Walker Hayes, AA. Okay. Well, that's interesting. And then we have the breakout artists as well. See, this is what blows me away, is that like they really broke it down. Not only am I surprised that they have these statistics, Touch Tunes does, and available for us, Like they really put in the work and broke it down. Breakout artist Countryside is Jelly Roll. All right. And then breakout artist on the rock side of life is, and I'm probably saying it wrong, Manskin. Never heard him. I probably have, just never really paid attention to him or whatever. So now we're moving down the line to the hip hop and R&B sides.
And I'm always curious, when did they put it out weekly? Did they put it out monthly?
What?
Because did Jelly Roll just get that attention because he just won? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That can have a huge influence.
Yeah.
Like, man, I saw him. He sounded good.
Yeah, this is the year end. So this is at the end of 2022.
Okay.
Where they put all the information together at the end of the year and say this is the top plays for 2022.
Even the new releases.
Even the
Okay.
new releases as well. So we'll just fly through this real quick. Top 5 catalog songs for the rap and hip hop. 50 Cent is number 5 with In the Club. That makes sense. It's a good dance song. People like it.
Sure.
Salt and Pepper came in at number
Push it,
4.
right?
Yeah.
Shoop.
Wow.
Shoop a loop. WAP from Cardi B.
Wow.
Super Gremlin from Kodak Black. And then topping number 1 top 5 catalog song is Save Me from Jelly Roll. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Which he's got the 3
Yeah, but if he
genres
plays
done.
it, like if you're playing his music in whatever, and
Yeah.
that would get clicked as a R&B and country.
And
Or-
rock as well. 'Cause
yeah,
he's
so-
spanning all 3 of those genres. And then this is for the R&B side of life. Bartender from T-Pain. Sitting on the Dock of the Bay is number 4.
What?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Play That Funky Music is number 3.
Okay.
Yeah. September from Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Stop.
number 2. I ain't lying, man. This is what it tells me. And then out of all that old ass stuff right there, coming in at number 1 is The Weeknd, Lindsay's boy, with Blinding Lights.
Gross.
Yeah.
The most popular YouTube artist ever.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have the new releases, which is number 5, Handsomer by Russ. See, I've never really heard any of these. Drake, number 4 with Way Too Sexy. First Class by Jack Hollow's number 3. Big Energy by Lotto, number 2. And then Broadway Girls from Lil Durk, which I've heard that one before as well. So coming in, and this will be the last one before we go. These are the top 5 pop catalog songs from Touch Tunes 2022. Lindsay, you're going to love these. All right.
Okay.
Number 5, top 5 pop catalog songs. Rick Astley. Never going to give you up. Everybody got Rick rolled.
That's the bar I want to be at.
Right. Number 4 is Party in the USA. Number 3 is Uptown Funk. And
Okay.
number 2 is Return of the Mac.
Hmm.
And then lastly here, number 1, top 5 catalog songs in the pop category from Touch Tunes is Whitney, I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Yeah.
How about that?
I want you to, because I see the list.
Uh-huh.
The new releases
Uh-huh.
is what's concerning to me as an example of this is all messed up.
Right. So are you on the pop category? You scroll down?
top five,
Okay,
new
yeah.
releases on pop.
So yeah, number 5 on new releases pop, Adele's Easy on Me.
I don't know if that was last year.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly did not look to see when that was released. About Damn Time from Lizzo. Okay. Was number 4.
Yeah, Easy on Me was 2021.
Okay. So Bad Habits from Ed Sheeran's number 3.
That's 2021.
ABCDEFU from Gail is number 2. And
Yeah,
then
you do.
yeah, you've heard of it. ABCDEFU and your dog and your mom, blah, 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 blah. Anyhow, number 1 is Cold Heart from Elton John and Dua Lipa, which, you know, I don't know how they do that. Just because like the Google says it was released in 2021 doesn't necessarily mean that's when it gained traction and made it to the.
But that's not new.
Right.
Traction isn't new.
Right. But I mean, if it's like, because there's some songs, and you know this, man, the artist will release it in 2021, but then it won't get radio play or anything, and be, I think, considered a new release until the following year.
No,
like
artists release
2022.
albums and then they release singles, right? And typically the span between those being released isn't a dramatic amount of time, specifically on pop artists.
Oh, okay. Just pump them out there as quick as
Yes.
possible. Huh? Okay.
It's not 1960.
You're right. You're right. I don't know. I was still just blown away the fact that they have all these here, and I'm interested on if you use the touch tunes. What's your favorite song? You can text that in BMMS and what it is to 82945.
Tulsa's Morning Show is coming right back. The Big Mad Morning Show. Tulsa's Rock Station 97.5 KMOD. KMOD Total Traffic Network.
This report is
Everything else about that show negates her hotness.
I can turn it down.
It doesn't matter. You still got all those other
Doesn't
dorks.
matter.
David from Roseanne and, the old Sheldon. And I'm just like,
Her and David are the best characters on that show.
I'll give you that. But for the most part, the show is.
By the way, there's some people right now just so twisted up. I didn't pick the Bazing guy or whatever.
Whatever
I don't even know his name.
I never watched either one of those.
I find that shocking.
Yeah. I pick Roseanne over either one of those.
I figured
Well,
you would be in that market there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think you're off a couple decades with Roseanne.
No, or the Connors. I'll watch the Connors over.
Again,
either
I think the
one.
Connors came way late, like almost at the very end
Oh,
Yeah.
The Big Bang?
of Big Bang. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one that she was on with John Ritter. yeah.
Parents?
No.
Rules dating my teenage
Yes,
daughter, something
yes.
like that. 16
Nice.
rules to dating my teenage daughter
Yes.
or something. Yeah.
Yes.
Had Peggy Bundy in it as well.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know that show either.
Yeah, that one was good. Because she played the blonde daughter that you like from
Yeah.
Big Bang. She played his daughter on that.
8 Simple Rules was the
Yes,
name
that
of
was
it.
it.
He
And,
doubled
I
it.
had to check it. That was a good
16.
series. That was a good
36
series.
rules.
It was.
How many rules you need to date your teenage daughter is,
Yeah.
arbitrary. This
Infinite.
guy needed 8. I need like 32.
Uh-huh.
8. What were the rules of the show
They-
for dating the
I
daughter?
don't think they ever said.
I don't either.
Oh, come
I
on.
don't think they ever said.
Come on.
No, I don't think they ever did.
There had to have been. There had to have been rules, right?
Surely. All right. Here we go. All right.
You found it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it had to have been
There
widely
actually
known.
were.
There's a wiki here, so give me just a minute
Okay.
because it says something like bring her home before midnight or something like that.
To me, if you name a show that, it's gotta. There better be at some point you play that out,
Mm.
right?
Right.
Smallville, the TV show Smallville took place
All right.
in Smallville, right?
Sure.
Roseanne, it was about Roseanne,
Mm.
right? They
So-
had to rename it the Connors because Roseanne wasn't on it anymore.
right.
Like, you can't get in here, you racist bitch. All right, so here's the rules. 8 simple rules for dating my teenage daughter.
From the show.
From the show.
Okay.
Use your hands on my daughter and you'll lose them after. That's rule number 1.
John Ritter is hardly that guy.
Right?
Really?
He might be the nicest character ever on any show, ever.
But that's what they want us to believe.
I think only
What?
one time he played a character that was really bad, evil.
Okay.
He mostly was the good golly G guy.
Wow, even on Problem Child, he was
Yeah.
a good dad.
Yeah.
Was.
He was like he could have been on the SNL. Like he was a what do they call it when a comedian they like hurt themselves and stuff like that? He's that type of comedian.
Okay. Like Chris Farley was,
Chris
where
Farley,
he'd fall over on tables and it wouldn't bother him any at all.
Yeah.
But that's what they want you to believe. Maybe deep down inside, he's really just a mean
Sure,
asshole.
who he is off screen is yeah, but we're talking about in the character.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. The character is like, oh, we're such a nice guy or whatever, 99% of the time, but you get that 1% that's never shown.
But
you know,
it's kind of like when Kevin Hart threatens you, you go, come on, man.
Yeah.
You don't know he's this badass muscle guy.
Right.
Right?
All right. So number 2, you make her cry, I make you cry.
Again, not on brand with John Ritter.
Number 3, safe sex is a myth. Anything you try will be hazardous to your health.
That's just bad parenting. That's just, they're going to have sex, right? So now you're turning them away from practicing safe sex.
Right now they're going to do it just to spite you,
Yeah.
Dad.
Well, it's not safe.
He's going to raw dog it just to spite your dad.
God, that word is so awesome. I hate it and love it at the same time.
All right. So number 4, you're looking at bring her home late. There's no next date. Notice how everything rhymes with these rules.
That's on John Ritter brand.
Yeah. Number 5, if you pull into my driveway and honk, you better be dropping off a package because you're sure not picking up anything else.
Who delivers stuff to your house? Who delivers stuff in honks?
I don't know.
No,
Usually they
UPS,
knock on the
no,
door,
no one.
ring a doorbell.
For us,
something like
DoorDash?
Right.
Domino's in the time? Like that? No, that's not a
Sure.
thing.
that. It says alternative rule number 5, only delivery men honk, dates ring the doorbell once. That was his alternative to the number 5.
Okay.
The honking away.
Oh, okay.
All right, so number 6, no complaining while you're waiting for her. If you're bored, change my oil. Change, not check.
Mm.
I don't know. If you know who John Ritter was, he might mean.
You know, he
Something
did play a
completely
little
different.
Fruity Fruit on Three's Company.
Right?
At least to Mr. Furley, Mr. Roper, he
They
was
believe
supposed to
he
be.
was,
exactly.
Yeah. Number 7, if your pants hang off your hips, I'll gladly secure them with my staple gun.
Mm.
What
Yes.
a dick.
Assault.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, not on brand for
Nope,
John Ritter.
not at all.
And lastly here, number 8 for 8 simple rules of dating my teenage daughter. Dates must be in crowded public places. You want romance, read a book.
I like it.
Again, that might be the most on brand of all of them
Yeah.
for John Ritter.
Yeah.
I had to look up whether or not John Ritter ever played a bad guy. And the only one I found was his role in the film Bad Santa. Bob Chapesca.
With Billy Bob Thornton?
Yes.
Was he still alive at that time? I mean,
In
apparently the internet says so, but
2003.
okay.
He was out to expose him for the hard drinking offensive brute that Billy Bob Thornton's role was.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Sure enough. And John Ritter died in 2003.
Mhm.
Wow. So shortly after he did that, I guess.
Yeah.
How about that?
I feel like I saw him in a, because he was in Sling Blade, if I remember correctly, too. Like he was the friend, he was the father of the boy. Was he evil in that?
I don't think so. Maybe.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But Problem Child, we know him as.
Yeah.
I feel like there was he played Roy Slade. Is that right?
In
No.
Sling Blade? No.
No. Oh, he was the priest.
Mm.
That feels on brand for John Ritter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who had John Ritter on there? What they'll talk about today? Bingo card.
Yeah, not me.
Nobody. I found some myths about serial killers.
Oh, fun.
All serial killers are men. That is a myth.
Well, yeah.
Reality is that it's just not true. As of late of 1998, a highly regarded former FBI profiler said there are no female serial killers. The news and entertainment media also perpetrate the stereotypes that all serial killer offenders are male and that women do not engage in horrible acts of violence. The lethality of a female fatale is presented in book or film. She's most often portrayed as the manipulated victim of a dominant male.
Mm.
The reality concerning the gender of serial killers is quite different from the mythology of it. There have been many more male serial killers than females throughout history. The presence of female serial killers is well documented in crime data. We pointed that out when we did our list the other week.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, approximately 17% of all serial killer homicides in the U.S. are committed by women. Only 10% of total murders in the U.S. are committed by women. Therefore, relative to men, women present a larger percentage of serial murders than all the other homicide cases in the U.S. How about that? All serial killers are Caucasian. That is a myth as well. They span all racial and Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS, then what you want to say, to 82945. Let's play a game because we've got tickets to sit with us cage side for Smoking Guns. This is going down April 22nd. If you're unfamiliar, it's in its 8th year happening at the BOK Center this year. And it's MMA and boxing between police officers and firefighters to raise money for the Special Olympics of Oklahoma and the firefighters burn camp. We'll actually talk with Dustin Fletcher later more about Smoking Guns. But right now, we want to give you a pair of tickets to sit cage side, and we're going to play Schnipp, Schnapp, Schnurr. Current record is...
Well, Lindsay's leading with 5. You and I are battling it off to see who takes second place. We each have 4.
Last week's winner was...
Hey, Lindsay.
So Corbin and Gimpy at 918-460-KMOD. 918-460-KMOD. Call it, decide who's going to be your clue giver. Whoever gets the most right wins. Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
My name's Greg.
Greg, how are you?
Pretty good.
Greg, who do you want to give clues? Gimpy or Corbin?
Corbin.
Greg, 60 seconds on the clock. Timer starts after the first clue. Are you ready?
Yes.
This is there's no way a human being that isn't in the business know what this is. This is a what is the thing that goes on a fishing rod that brings the string in and out?
Reel.
Correct.
Reel.
If you had two of those together, that would be called
Reels.
yes. If you
Reel
connect,
to reel.
there you go. This is Downey makes these, Bounce makes these. You put them in the machine that
Dry sheets.
correct. Another name for gulp.
Slurp. Drink.
It's what you do when food's in your mouth and you need to move it to your stomach.
Swallow.
Correct. Captain Morgan is a type of
Rum.
yes. These are mostly khaki. They have a lot of pockets on them.
Pants. Chinos. Cargo pants.
Yes, not the pant version though.
Cargo shorts.
Correct. This is an Italian item made with flour, macaroni, linguine, angel hair. These are types of
Pasta.
correct. This is an avian bird. We eat their eggs. And, yeah, that's a weird one to be in there. Show that to Gimpy. All right. It looks like 6 is what we got. Hang on the line, Greg. It might be enough for the win, okay?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, that's like a phrase.
Who put that in there?
She did. All right. Let's see
You
who.
said 6, right?
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Good morning. What's your name? You're on the air.
Ryan.
Ryan, you and Gimpy have to beat 6, okay?
All right.
Here we go.
Come on, man. Oh, man. You play this to try to win $1 million or $1 billion. The Oklahoma.
Lottery.
Yeah, there you go. This is a Native American thing that you hang over the bed to keep the nightmares away.
Dream catcher.
Mm-hmm. You plant vegetables in one of these.
Garden.
You use this for a computer. It's what you use to move the little pointer thing around,
Mouse.
and that's what sits under it is called a.
Mouse pad.
There you go. This is it's not a full blown run from a horse, but it's more than a trot.
A trot.
No,
A jog.
you
oh, God.
you got it. Okay, call it a full blown run from a horse. Then. A horse is
sprint.
no. Milk comes in these pints, and then half blank, and then full blank.
Gallon.
Okay.
Gallop.
That's part of the word.
You got it.
You
Okay,
said
good. This is an assault rifle from the Soviet Union.
AK-47.
Yes. Apple, pumpkin, pecan. These are types of. You eat them.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so here is what is happening, Ryan. There is a tie, and that means you're going to have 15 seconds. You've got to get as many right as you can in that 15 seconds. If there is another tie, too bad, so sad.
All right.
All right, so 15
All right.
seconds.
Got it.
Are you ready, Lindsay?
I am ready.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Ancient elephant, the woolly.
Mammoth.
You put your child in this in their chair so they can sit a little bit higher.
High chair.
No, not the high chair. The other one.
A booster seat.
Yes. Blank essence, the type of shampoo.
Herbal.
Oh man.
3. Pretty good, man. Hang on the line. All right, Ryan?
All right, let's go.
All right. Well, no, you stay. Greg, we've got to beat 3 in 15 seconds. Are you ready?
Yes.
Should my cues here. All right, here we go. The opposite of slow.
Fast.
Yes. This is what the Titanic hit.
Iceberg.
Yes. This is blank.com. It's a dating website. This is also something you strike.
Match.com.
Yeah.
Match.
This is the little fruit on trees, palm trees.
Date. Olive.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so sorry, Greg. We did not win, man. Time has run out. I appreciate you, brother. Have a good one. All right, see you later.
You guys tried again.
No, I didn't get 3.
You got 3. He said match. He said
I never heard him say. Either way, it doesn't matter. All right, sorry, man. It sounds like nobody won.
Humiliating defeat.
See you later.
So confusing.
All right, show Gimpy the one that I ended on.
Yeah, man. These are brown. They come off of palm trees. Blank cream pie. Okay.
Banana.
Okay, no. Hard shell on the outside, white, weird stuff on the inside. People drink their milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coconut.
Coconut. The first one I met that I ended on.
The one
Oh.
that you made him, made you show
I
me.
got it right here.
Yeah.
So many cards.
So this is the excrement from a bird that clucks and we eat their eggs.
Yeah.
That didn't cross the road.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
Chicken poop.
The one he ended on?
Yes. The one that he ended on the first time. I have so many cards here. Oh my God.
Yeah, you just a piece of advice, maybe start a pile. All right. So the record now, Gimpy?
We're still, she's in the lead with 5 and we're still tied with 4.
All right, take a break and we'll be back.
The Big Mad Morning Show returns next. Tulsa's
That's a charge in itself right there.
You're at a friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I know you're
I love
not a
it.
huge football fan,
Yeah.
but you watch football.
Yeah, I'll go over there, hang out, drink some beers.
Your
smoke
girl
pot.
loves
Yeah,
football.
she loves it. Yes, I like it.
And matter of fact, Gimpy initiated a text to tease me
Yeah.
about the Chiefs game
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine. I can take it.
Mhm.
I'm fine with that.
It's just unexpected coming from me.
Yeah, not normal.
Yeah.
But still awesome.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, hey, come over, watch the game.
Okay, bet, man.
We watch the game. We
Yeah,
got
man.
beers, whatever. We're having fun. The game goes south. Patrick Mahomes chokes. Ooh, wish he did.
He did. He threw
He
that ball
choked.
right at that
He
fool,
choked.
too.
He pushed a pass. Anyway, I digress. And he throws the interception. I chuck my beer at the TV. I
Uh-huh.
start punching the TV.
Uh-huh.
You don't even know I'm packing. I pull out my gun and start
Yeah.
shooting the TV.
Uh-huh.
And I yell, son of a bitch.
Yeah. What's my next
Is it
plan of
safe
action?
to say you probably will not come back over to watch a football game at my house?
I'm definitely. Well, I might. Oh shoot! No, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, it's a pretty
I'm not
extreme
coming
violent
back.
situation for
Yeah,
a guy
it
who's
is.
not
For
violent.
you. I was even to say, even if my best of friends did that, I'd be like, all right, I'll give you one more shot. If you pull out your gun a second time and start shooting a television over a goddamn football game, I am definitely never coming back. Not for football, not for Parcheesi, not for no goddamn
Yeah,
win, lose, or
I ain't
draw.
playing
none of
Monopoly
that.
with
you, bitch.
No, because I could be the television. I'm not taking that chance. I would give you one more opportunity, because you're not the guy that kind of, just flies off the handle like that. That's a one-off. If it
Feels
happens,
pretty violent.
if it happens again, I'm like, all right, something's going on. Now, I'll tell you this. You pull out your gun, you start shooting a television, I'm not going to be sticking around for much longer.
Right, the party is over.
Pretty much. Even
we're
if the
definitely-
game
We're
at
not watching the
halftime-
second game.
No.
No.
No. I gotta go. I got to go vacuum my lawn. See you in the morning. No.
It's weird to see grown men
Yeah.
get that angry about something they have no part in,
Mm-mm.
Right.
of other grown men playing a kid's game, getting paid a king's ransom
Ain't that the
to
truth?
get that mad. And I'm not saying you're not invested and you can't be a fan,
Mhm.
right? I get it. It's been your team forever.
Right.
You've been there for the ups and downs. But getting mad, I'll accept throwing a beer.
Sure.
That I'm like, yeah, emotions get the best of you.
Yeah, heat of the moment. Sure, why not?
You threw a beer, walked 10 feet,
Yeah.
punched a television multiple times. Then it fell. You then made a movement towards your waist, knowing what was there,
Right.
unholstered
Uh-huh.
or unwaistbanded, I guess,
All right.
Mhm.
and then fired not once, not twice, not 3 times, multiple shots. You had plenty of chances as an adult to control your emotions.
Yeah.
There is no way this individual that I saw in that video does not beat his wife.
Oh,
Exactly.
Has to, man.
That is, your ass is out of here. Go stay in a hotel.
I think, okay, I love your thought. When do you do that?
When do you tell him to leave?
Oh, as soon as he punches the TV, what are you thinking?
So you're going to try and yell at him while he's shooting the television? At what point, when someone's acting that way, do you intercept, Lindsay?
Yeah, because clearly this isn't the first time. This isn't the first
They
outburst.
just got boxes of TVs lying around.
Yeah, exactly.
right. Hey, kid fell off
Especially
the
as
truck.
a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, this clearly wasn't the first time. So before that's happened, you would do
We're
it.
talking about this
So-
instant. No, we're talking about this instance. Okay. He punches the TV, he shoots it. At what point do you engage with him and say, we're done, you're out of here?
Is she a friend or is she the old lady?
Old lady.
Okay. All right. I like that.
I suppose after he empties his rounds of the gun,
I think that's a bad call.
it would have to be after.
I think that's a bad call. That's like telling somebody who's amped up to calm down.
Right. It just ain't going to work. It ain't going to work because you know what's going to happen? Chances are he's going to go reload, either grab another magazine or grab the box of ammo and reload the one that he just emptied and then take it out on you.
Yeah.
I'm good on that.
Or use his fist or whatever.
Yeah, I'm good on that. If I was the old lady in the situation, I'd just grab me and my 5 kids and I'd go stay in a hotel somewhere. And then let him sit in there, be drunk AF as he is, let him look at his beat up, shot at television, and let reality sink in of what he's actually done. Let him go to bed. Let him wake up sober.
See the TV again.
See the TV again with the bullet holes in the television and probably in the walls. And then we'll figure it out from there. Be like, listen, bro, you shot the television. How do I know that me, Miguel, Vera, and the rest of them are all... He's Cowboys fan, so I'm just assuming. But how do we know that we're not next? I'm not going to take this chance.
Do you call the police?
Oh, this is the next day?
Whenever. You're at my house, that happens. Do you call the police?
You'd leave before you call the police.
On your way out?
Yeah, on the way out the door, like in the driveway, driving away. You know, if it was one of those, all right, he just got done shooting the television. I think this is my moment where I can leave. Like he's in the bathroom taking a whiz, right? Because he's been
You wait for
drinking
your
all that.
moment to
Wait for your moment, and then you go ahead and you skedaddle on out of there, and you call the police and let them come over to the house and deal with it. And then you got to go to the house the next day, and then you got to see the TV on the ground with bullet holes in it, and then remember.
Yeah.
And then you change the locks.
Yeah. I think you definitely wait the
Definitely.
next day. Calling the police feels like that makes sense.
It does. It does.
You fire a weapon within my proximity, I feel like I've got to call the police
Mhm.
because that's not normal behavior.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of letting him marinate in it.
You sit here and think about what you've done.
You don't even need to
Sir.
say that, right? Right?
Right.
That's like telling a fat person they're fat. They own mirrors. Like, you come in.
Shot the TV.
Yeah. Son of a. What happened to the team?
Right. Goes, stumbles up, still drunk a little bit. Oh, goddamn tequila. Ay, Dios míos. Goes for the television to turn on the news. Click, click. Nothing. TV's on the floor with bullet holes in it.
How stupid. And then do you upgrade after that, or do you just get whatever you get the Aspina brand that you've never heard of that's on sale for $200?
In case this happens again.
Yeah, right.
That's all you can afford. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
people don't keep a surplus TV budget. I don't think.
No, that's what pawn shops are made for, man.
I haven't bought a TV in like at least 4 years. And that's when I moved into the house.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not true. I bought one for the playroom, I guess.
Yeah, but you bought one of the cheaper ones, right? You didn't go, Samsung or nothing like that.
Yeah. All I got to
This
tell you
deal.
is Roku. That's all I got to tell you.
I got
A
one of those
Roku
too.
TV is cheap and it works fine.
Absolutely.
People are like, well, how many HP did the thing and lines and all that? I'm like, it comes on.
Right. Does it have a picture? Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Can you get to the YouTube? Yes. That's it.
I'm confident with higher level brands, you get a different picture.
Mhm.
Confident.
Mhm.
I just don't care.
Right.
It's kind of like a diamond ring.
Mhm.
There's different levels of a diamond ring.
Mhm.
Sure.
But you get over a certain threshold, the human eye, cannot tell the difference.
Right. Now you're just spending money.
Yeah, there's
For
no reason to
status.
get, I don't know what it is, like an A diamond. You can't see the difference between an A, B, J, whatever. You need a monocle to do that.
Right.
So it's same with TVs. I'm like, who cares?
If it's going in the kids' room or like an outdoor TV, right there with you. If it's the main TV in the living room, though, oh, no.
Oh, how about this? Someone's like, what if it's at your house? Like you invite me over to watch the game and I shoot the TV.
There is so much going on in that situation. One, you owe me a new TV, brah. 2, we're not friends anymore.
You can't shoot a
3,
gun in my house.
I'm
Yeah.
calling the cops immediately. And if you try to run off before the police get there, I'm telling them everything. I'm rolling right on over. I'm telling them everything about you. Because now you've destroyed my house. It's one thing to destroy your own property, but you come into my house and you start firing guns
And why do you got to carry a gun to a watch party?
Right.
because you never know.
Sure.
Home invasions happen, Corbin,
Sure.
in the middle of football games.
No, listen, even robbers know there's nothing to take at a Cowboys fan house. I found this list of annoying things people say. I'll say the phrase. You guys tell me if you say it. This is going to be humiliating for all of us.
All right.
Okay.
Annoying things people say.
I don't mean to be rude, but I hate this phrase.
Mhm.
You do mean to be rude.
Yeah. That's just like, hey, I don't mean to interrupt, but
That is a weird psychological thing you do as a human being to make yourself feel better. I don't mean to interrupt, but that type of thing.
I don't know if I say that. I don't think I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I say that.
Okay. It's common sense is another one. I've heard people say that.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's common sense, and people are lacking it nowadays.
Yeah.
Of the two we've read, I'm not willing to go all in that I've never said them.
Okay. I'll be honest. I've said both of those.
I simply have a powerful personality. I've never said that.
No, hell no.
I hate this statement. Let's agree to disagree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's just, let's throw in the towel here.
Well, I mean, you arguing back and forth.
Right.
There's not going to be any resolution. Let's just agree to disagree.
I see that as I don't have anything else to argue about. I can't. I have nothing left. I have no more ammunition,
Mhm.
and I can't accept that I've lost,
Right.
or I can't accept that I've won, or whatever.
Uh-huh,
And so you go to that statement.
you should just stomp your feet and walk away.
It's just a joke.
Japan's defense minister was warning residents to stay aware of the missile before saying it likely landed in the water. North Korea has amped up weapons tests in recent weeks as an apparent response to the joint military exercises involving the U.S. and South Korean forces. Both of them say that the drills are only defensive. Ukrainian Prime Minister asks for fighter jets directly. Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal directly appealed to the U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin for fighter jets and long-range missiles. Shmyhal said that Ukraine will win the war, but would achieve it faster with fewer casualties, with more air defense systems that minimize the impact of Russian airstrikes. Austin did not comment on the request, but reaffirmed that the United States' commitment to supporting Ukraine. And then lastly here, Harvest Bank is hosting the 13th annual Million Meals campaign through May 27th. The goal is to give at least 1 million meals, but years past have surpassed that total. Every dollar can supply up to 5 meals for families needing help in Green Country. The money given would stay in the community to which it was donated. And according to Harvest, 9 local food pantries in Northeast Oklahoma will benefit from the donation.
Let's see what Lindsay has for Balls to the Wall Sports.
The Tampa Bay Rays are just 1 win shy of making history. Tampa topped the Boston Red Sox 9-7 on Wednesday at home to improve to 12-0 on the season. The Rays can tie the MLB record for wins to begin a season when they host Boston again today. The 1987 Milwaukee Brewers and 1982 Atlanta Braves share the best start in big league history at 13-0.
Since 1901,
Uh-huh.
only the 2019 Mariners, the 2002 Guardians, and the 1954 Cubs have had a longer streak to start the season.
It's cool.
The Rays are the first team since the 2020 Yankees to start a season with 12 straight games with at least 1 home run, in reference to that stat that I just gave you.
Wow.
It's cool.
They're on fire.
Good for them.
Yeah.
They'll lose eventually.
Right.
Right. Luck's got to run
There's-
out sometime.
No, there's just too many games.
Yeah, right.
The Rangers are losing their starting shortstop for at least a month. Texas announced that Corey Seager will miss at least 4 weeks with a grade 2 strain in his left hamstring. Seager was injured during the 5th inning of Tuesday's win over the Kansas City Royals. The 28-year-old previously suffered a left hamstring strain in the 2019 season with the Los Angeles Dodgers and missed a month. Seager's is batting at .359 with 1 home run and 4 RBI this season. Salt Lake City is looking to add a Major League Baseball franchise. A group named Big League Utah is joining Nashville and Portland as major cities in pursuit of joining Major League Baseball. The group, which is led by former Utah Jazz owner Gail Miller, cites the area's population growth, strong economy, and baseball history as reasons for an expansion team to come to town. MLB does not plan to add any expansion teams before figuring out the future plans of the Oakland Athletics and Tampa Bay Rays, who both could move to a different city. And Major League Baseball made several changes this year, including the pitch clock, which has drastically shortened game times. 9-inning games are down 31 minutes from an average of 3 hours, 9 minutes last year to 2 hours, 38 minutes this year. This is the fastest average time since 1984. And most people seem to like the changes, but there's one problem. Shorter, faster games mean there's less opportunity for fans to spend money at the ballpark on concessions, merchandise, and of course, beer.
30 minutes, though. That's
Right.
it. It's 30 minutes difference. Like, how much are they losing in 30 minutes?
So historically, teams have stopped selling alcohol after the 7th inning, but 4 teams now have already pushed that back to after the 8th inning. And those teams are the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Texas Rangers, the Minnesota Twins, and the Milwaukee Brewers.
You're adding what, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
That makes a big difference.
Right.
I guess
They're
you
that
spend time
desperate for
waiting in
beer
line.
sales.
Mhm.
Well, they're not desperate. And again, it's about revenue.
Right.
It isn't beer sales. It's across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you can squeeze an extra $1 out of. Yeah,
Absolutely.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Surprised they don't drag the games out even longer for that reason.
Well, listen, we shortened it because safety. Now we're less concerned for safety.
Right.
Right?
Right. More
That's why
concerned
they
about
shortened.
money.
Yeah, that's why they shortened it. That's the story.
Yeah.
We're less concerned for safety now.
Where's the safety issue here then?
Well, the idea was cut it short so people don't drink and then get in their cars. There's a little cool off period.
Okay.
Right.
Safety for the fans, not for the players.
Correct.
Right.
I was like, how is that? Okay, whatever. I guess that makes sense.
Sure.
What's to stop them from, I don't know, slamming 4 beers before the end of the 7th inning?
No, you're right. But there is a sense of a reduction in liability by saying, no, we stopped selling.
Right. We did our part. But
Yes, people be people.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. And now there's a handful of other teams that are talking about following
Of course.
suit. Yeah.
Yeah, they want the money.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't want that club making more money than them.
Exactly. And that is your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite. The
Must
original.
be nice.
Oh, I was
Must
thinking
be
of more like,
nice.
you must be nice.
No. Must be nice.
Mhm.
Are we there yet? You know, it must have been when I got my white New Balance that I realized how annoying that phrase is.
Yes, absolutely.
Dad mode, man. I can't stand that.
Mm,
Are we there yet? You'll know. How will I know? When I park the car.
Right. Then you stop at the gas station, take a whiz, right? Because you've been on the road for 16 hours. Are we there yet? But you said we were there when you stopped the car. I got to piss. Shut up.
Annoying things people say. I'm the type of person.
Ugh,
Hear me out.
no.
Per my last email.
In other words, I ain't going to say it again.
No, meaning you didn't read it.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
Do your own research.
Lazy ass.
Because I said so. Sure.
Mm-hmm. That's a good dad answer right there. Well, why? Because I said so. That's why.
Right. But if you think about it, when
Mhm.
you're trying to shape a young mind,
Mhm.
it gives no context. You don't learn from that.
And I'm
No.
so guilty of that.
Totally. Every
Mhm.
parent is.
Absolutely.
It's an easy answer. If you're saying that, you're already frustrated.
Mhm, exactly. And I even read an article
Oh, good.
years ago saying why you shouldn't say that to your kids.
And
And just like you said, because you're shaping a young mind, it gives them no real reason as to why they shouldn't do this or that. You should give them a reason
Right.
behind why you're saying no.
It's an interpretation, like a confrontation, rather than like, no, I just don't understand.
Right.
I'm only saying what everyone's thinking.
Yeah, I've said that before.
Yeah, me same.
I don't like drama.
Well, yeah, everybody says that.
And yet, here we are.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
Lie.
Yeah. It's only said by those people who create the drama or are involved in the drama. Just giving you a hard time.
That means I'm an asshole, and I notice that I've hurt your feelings, so therefore I've got to smooth things over. I'm just giving you a hard time, man.
Yeah. That's just how I was raised. I hate this statement.
Right.
Because you can't evolve. We can't evolve as people.
No.
You can't want to break the cycle that happened to you.
No.
I get it.
No. Those issues are deep rooted inside me.
Right. And therefore, everyone must be exposed to them.
Absolutely.
Because I was. 3 charged in kidnapping extortion plot. 3 people have been arrested after torturing a man in a hotel room in Tennessee. It happened on the 21st of this month when police say 25-year-old Jessica Mortensen lured a 25-year-old man to a hotel room. Inside the room, 41-year-old Harry Kingham and 37-year-old Joshua Frazier forced the victim to remove his clothes, then held him at gunpoint while taking him to the bank to withdraw thousands of dollars. The victim was then thrown out of the car in his driveway.
Oh, damn.
All 3 suspects then returned to the hotel where the incident happened, where police found them.
Yeah, and you never go back to the scene. Right?
Yeah.
Come on.
There's a drug involved, Lindsay. Can you guess what drug is involved?
Meth.
Yes.
Nothing good comes out of methamphetamine.
Nope.
Yeah, and apparently he made an arrangement because he knew this girl from high school, and he made an arrangement for sex for $300, and the police were like, we're not charging him with solicitation. He's the victim here.
Right.
Even though he was participating in a crime, they knew he would fall for it. They clearly took advantage of him for hours and made him give up his information, so he's not getting charged with. So I don't know if maybe he was somebody of some sort of brain disorder or on the spectrum or something that made him, according to the news report, gullible.
Okay, yeah. Maybe just one of those lonely dudes, and this was the hot chick in high school. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Megan wants me now?
Yeah.
Well, Megan's, 45 right now and has got 6 kids and a drinking problem, but
meth problem.
A meth problem. And but it's okay because he remembers teenage Megan. And he's like, well, I'm gonna get me some of that.
Yeah.
Finally, I get to touch my unicorn. And well, they left you naked in your driveway.
Yeah.
On the upside of that, at least they dumped him in his driveway and not, I don't know, traveling down the highway.
The police report said they threw him out of the car in his driveway with like a bag of garbage. That's what the report said.
Like a bag of garbage or with a bag of garbage?
Like a bag of garbage.
Okay. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But he's alive and he is at his house.
All right. The proverbial question.
Uh-huh.
How many days off does he get after being kidnapped, tortured, thrown in his driveway like a bag of garbage? How many days off do you get from something like that? These are bonus days. You're not using vacation or sick days.
We're just going to go ahead and give you some time off to recoup.
Yeah, we as a company empathize with that crazy situation. You get some days off to recover. That happened on a Friday, the 21st of last Friday. Lindsay.
So does he have wounds? Like when we say he's tortured?
Irrelevant.
Let's not ask questions.
Well, give him.
How many days does he get off? He's been robbed. He's been abused.
Tortured, kidnapped, robbed, trust defiled.
Mm-hmm.
How many days?
I want to give him 2 weeks.
Okay. Because?
Especially if he's got wounds on him, I want to let him heal up. You know what I mean? Like if he's got some bruising on his face. things
Bruising's
like that.
3 days.
Bruising isn't going to cause anybody else at work to get, some kind of infectious disease if he has one.
No, that's true. I'll stick with
2
2
weeks. Okay, Gimpy.
Good Lord, that's a lot of 2 days. 2 days. That happened on a Friday. You get Saturday, Sunday. I'll give you Monday and Tuesday. You bring your ass back to work on Wednesday. And if you've got gashes all over yourself, put some goddamn butterfly stitches on that thing and get your ass back to work.
Take as long as you need. You're damaged goods now. If I get you back, you're hardly going to be the person. Whether you get 2 weeks or you're back on Monday, it's going to take a week for you to quell the office chatter.
Right.
So you're damaged goods. You're not coming back the same person.
Oh, no.
You're not going to remember whatever project you were working on. Forget about it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll do the right thing. Take as long as you want, but let's start hiring the replacement.
Oh, okay.
He's done.
Okay.
You're done.
What if he comes back from work, right, after his week, 2 weeks, however long he needs, and things are a little shaky there for, let's just say, like a week? That seems natural. But everything's back to normal that week after. Are you still firing that guy?
I didn't say fire.
Well, what are you going to do? How else are you going to get rid? You going to lay him off?
You let life work itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Let him quit?
Yeah, he'll quit on his own.
Maybe.
You still give him work. You still treat him as if he's an employee.
Absolutely.
Everything stays the same.
Absolutely.
But he is not the same employee, right? He experienced an incredibly traumatic event.
Yes. And maybe working where he works, doing what he does is his outlet to kind of get over things. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes
this ain't your team lost. This isn't you broke your arm.
You were
It is one of the most traumatic events human beings can go through is being kidnapped and tortured.
That is very true. That is very
Mr.
true.
Mr. No Days.
But everybody works through things differently.
Sure.
Some people need therapy. Some people just need to keep busy.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So maybe so what you're going to do is you're going to let this cat go so he can drive himself crazy.
I'm not going to let him go.
All right. Go down the meth aisle with his new girlfriend, Megan. All right.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, he's committed suicide and hung himself in the garage because I
don't know what that has to do with me.
No,
that has zero to do with me. I'm saying I have a responsibility as a company to make sure everybody's doing their job. And he can come back. We'll treat him as family. He'll stay on insurance. We'll give him projects. Everything will stay the same. But to have the expectation that he's going to be the same employee is not realistic. And that is what I'm saying.
I understand there's going to be some differences, but deep down inside, if that's what he needs to heal, then you keep on keeping on. I'm not hiring. I'm not looking for the new hire immediately.
He is going to be a drip at the company picnic.
Oh, yeah.
Do not ask him to play laser tag or just tag or capture the flag.
Don't even say the word capture around him.
Don't do the ropes course with him.
Right. I hate that look too.
Oh, I don't. I think it looks sharp.
Oh, I don't.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Top of the morning to you, Corbin. So we just got to listen to Shinedown's Save Me. You can bet your sweet ass probably that they're going to be playing that at our 50th anniversary concert. Dude, that's just over a week away. BOK Center, April 24th. Get your link for tickets at KMOD.com.
All right. Qualifying people for CMall 2023. We just played The Q and Brian Rowley of Tulsa.
Rowley.
Sure. Got qualified. You can qualify every hour. Make sure you're listening for The Q. On Thursdays, every hour you have a chance to see every concert KMOD is a part of, but you got to get qualified. Again, that happens every hour. It's all brought to you by Shiner Bach and 97.5 KMOD. It is Conspiracy Theory Thursday. I saw this story about this guy online, and it sent me down a rabbit hole. And it takes place in 2007. This guy named Chris Bledsoe, he's a North Carolina businessman. He claims he had an encounter with aliens. He says he was close to his home, and he was a very prominent businessman, owned his own development company, had millions of dollars and assets and everything. And he claims that he was contacted by the aliens, and they paralyzed him, and then the craft disappeared.
Oh.
He also claims that another time they brought him on the ship, told him a bunch of stuff, and said, spread the word.
Which one is it?
No, both those things. He said it happened multiple times. He says he's still in contact with extraterrestrial beings since that encounter in 2007. He says these encounters, that they're the beings as benevolent, and has stated that they have given him messages of love and peace for humanity.
Well, that's good.
In addition to his UFO claims, he's made statements about other paranormal phenomenon, including ghost and psychic abilities. And he's even claimed to have met with people in the government to discuss these claims. And he's got a book that is now available that you can get. It says that he's met with many prominent government officials regarding the UFO encounter. In particular, he has stated that he met with members of the military and intelligence community who were interested in his story and wanted to debrief him about his experiences. He's also claimed that he was visited by men in black suits who questioned him about his encounter and warned him to keep silent about it. However, there's little evidence to support that claim. He just gets to say it, right? The U.S. government has acknowledged the existence of UFOs and has recently released declassified reports. It is unclear whether his story has been independently verified by government officials or if his claims of government involvement are accurate, because the government is not making a comment on that.
Right, of course they will.
But he claims to have met with the deputy director of the CIA.
Okay.
Even.
Okay.
Which I don't think they just hand that out.
No.
I don't think you call him and go, I want to talk to the deputy director of the CIA about aliens and my abduction.
Right. If anything, you'd be put on a list, a wait list. All right, we'll get to you sometime.
Or a crazy list.
Right. He's, I said he's had claims about ongoing contact with them. He's also made claims about his ability to talk with ghosts. He has gained, obviously, a lot of people's attention in the paranormal world. And he is still super vocal and advocate about this. And he speaks at conferences and everything else. And apparently he's even had business problems and been arrested a few times, which that hardly means that he's not telling the truth. People getting arrested or losing your business hardly means that he's not being honest.
Well, maybe.
But, hold on.
Okay.
Holster that. But it sometimes is indicative of somebody losing their mind and inability to continue their path.
Okay. My thought there is if he got popped for like fraud and he lost his business because he swindled investors or whatever, then to me, that's like, yeah, that's just a red flag that this guy is lying about anything. You can't trust anything that he says.
Well, and people that say things are like, he was a successful businessman. That makes him what? Not susceptible to being a fraudster?
Right, exactly. He's successful, so obviously he's got to be on the up and up.
But likewise, it also gives him legitimacy because people that are, there are some people that are successful are legitimate.
Right.
So to me, that is irrelevant. You might as well tell me he likes okra. Like, it doesn't play a factor in who he is or his character, right? Some of the concerns are his lack of evidence. He has shared personal anecdotes and experiences, and little of what he's saying is even verifiable to support. And he has provided some photographs and videos, but they're often blurry or inconclusive. Right? Because you would need some sort of information to verify what you're saying.
Yeah.
And if you're like, man, they came down and they sucked me up into their ship and they told me a bunch of stuff and then they let me go. How do you verify that?
Right. You can't. Unless you've got, audio proof or video proof, which I'm not sure if aliens will let you have your phone or stuff when they abduct you. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they make you put it in a little pouch thing and you check it when you go, I don't take your shoes off. I don't know what happens.
Right. I mean, when you get abducted, do you have time? You're like, oh, hey, real quick, let me grab my phone, my car keys, whatever. I think they just snatch you up.
Yeah. And I would imagine he believes he does have evidence. If he's providing photos, he's like, yeah, here's a photo. But I guess that doesn't, just because you think it's evidence.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's evidence.
Right. And anybody nowadays can create some kind of picture, on the using the internet, computer generated, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, well, I've got these pictures here. Okay. How do we know that's legit? You don't.
Well, there's that photo that came around, a couple of weeks ago of the Pope in a giant puffy coat. a giant, puffy white coat. It was fly. And it was AI created. He doesn't own a coat like that. It was a picture of him for sure, but it was an AI created thing. So yeah, it looked legit. It's a fantastic photo, right? He looks good.
For real, man.
He looks very warm.
Man, big pimping.
Yeah, Stay Puff.
Yeah.
For sure. So just because you have a photo doesn't mean there's ways to decipher whether it's AI created or not. But just because you have a photo, he may believe he has evidence and he can say they don't want to believe this. Right? Other problems with his story is he's told a story in various interviews and presentations, and there's always been some inconsistency for his account. For example, some of the details have changed over time, such as the number of witnesses present during the UFO encounter to even the dates of which it happened. Now, the dates that they're questioning is he initially started saying it was November and then of 2007, and then he started saying it was January of 2007. Part of me feels like that's not a giant discrepancy, but part of me also feels that if something so monumental, which changes your path in life, you are not going to go, it's not going to be like, what month was this happening?
Right. You're going to remember.
When did we do X, Y, Z? To me, it's too substantial to have inconsistencies.
Yes, absolutely. And at least in my opinion anyway, any inconsistency is going to totally negate your entire story. That's just my opinion anyway.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you on hard facts. Like if they're like, what was the name of the alien? And he's like, George. And then later they're like, what was the name of the alien? He goes, Sally. I want to be like, okay.
Yeah, I'll let that slide. But we're talking about dates here, man. And that's a huge thing.
But if you've been contacted by them a lot, maybe I'm just trying to give the man some cred here.
I know you are, man. But I mean, okay, so it's like, let's say you are contacted a lot. Wouldn't you keep a log or something like that?
Yeah.
Like journal it or something. January 7th, 2007, I was abducted by aliens for the first time or whatever. And then February 14th, for whatever reason, they chose Valentine's Day.
And then what? Before any interview, you're going to go back and do your practice? You're going to study?
Well, no, but you would have that information with you. If I was doing an interview and it was me that's been in contact with aliens and I'm logging and I'm journalizing this stuff, I would totally, in 100%, take that book with me and be like, look, I mean, I know it looks crazy and there's no real proof, but I wrote everything down.
Yeah, I think there's definitely, I like the idea of what you're saying. There should be some sort of parameters that if you are going to be abducted by an alien, there's some boxes you got to check.
Yeah.
One, you need a journal.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Date, you can recount everything rather than like, you're just calling it off the top of your head.
Right.
Because we just assume, yes, of course, you're going to call it off the top of your head because it was such a monumental event. But we are getting too many inconsistencies with people's stories.
And at least this way, if you were journaling things, your story would stay the same regardless. Even if you just fabricated the entire thing, you wouldn't have those inconsistencies that make people look at you like, is this guy telling the truth?
If Gimpy sleeps with Kate Upton, I'm going to be more skeptical of him.
Why?
Than I am somebody who's if he says he was abducted by an alien.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to be like, photo or it didn't happen.
Right.
Panties or it didn't happen. And even that wouldn't prove anything.
Right, exactly.
Here's
Hard
a
photos would, though.
Here's a photo of her leg. Don't care.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
Doesn't count. Here's a mole. So?
Yeah, right.
Lots of people have moles.
Yeah, but do they have moles there?
Right. You show me a girl's vagina, I'm not going to go, well, yeah, that's clearly Kate Upton.
Right, because you've never seen it before. What do you know?
It definitely would verify you had sex with, well, it definitely verified you were near a naked person.
Right.
But it hardly verifies that it would be the person you're accounting it to be.
Do you think that's possible? Like, let's say either one of us, any three of us hook up with a celebrity and they're like, hey, listen, you know I'm going to tell my friends about this, but Kate, I need a picture of us together just to make, just for proof. So, because I know people ain't going to believe me. Do you actually think she'd be like, well, yeah, come on.
I think it depends on your motive.
Okay.
Do you want to have sex with Kate Upton again?
Well, yeah.
Then you're not going to ask for a photo or any way to validate it.
So here's what you do is you set up the date. You're like, all right, this Saturday, Kate, you and me. And then you can either live stream it or go old school and just gather all your friends to sit outside the window and peep while you're banging Kate Upton.
Yeah. I forget what TV show it is. It's a show where he has sex with like a woman. She can't go out with anybody. She can't go out in public. So they just have this private affair, right? And she can't share, like he can't share that they're together. It's a show on Hulu with the guy that played Mark Zuckerberg. Anyway, if you wanted to continue, you don't ruin it.
Yeah.
But what maybe you should do is maybe take her driver's license, see how that plays out.
Okay.
Then you can verify it's for sure her.
Okay. Yeah, that's a way to do it.
And when she's like, "Where's my driver's license?" You can be like, "Poof."
I mean,
But still doesn't prove that they had sex.
No, that's true. It just proves that he's a thief.
Right.
But in the alien scenario, some sort of like information to validate it, like these are the boxes you got to check, I think would be an important thing. Other problems with his story. He's claimed to have received several messages from extraterrestrial beings, but it is unclear who or what the sources of the messages are. Some people have suggested that they could be the result of his own imagination or mental state. In regards to paranormal stuff, he's also made claims about ghosts, psychic abilities, and other paranormal phenomenon, which some researchers view as unrelated or even detrimental to the study of UFOs or extraterrestrial life. So, like, he is blurring the line, which doesn't help the cause on either side. It just makes him look more crazy.
Right. I think when it comes to any of this cryptoid stuff, aliens, Bigfoot, La Chupacabra, you can't really tell anybody because nobody's going to believe you. They're all going to think you're crazy, except for the people who are crazy and believe in that sort of thing.
Yeah.
The rabbit hole of this guy's story.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yes, it absolutely is. The paranormal activity that he has seen on his property. Craziness. He said that there was a tree in his yard that seemed to spontaneously combust. It burst into flames without an external cause. The family attempted to put the fire out, but it kept reigniting from the inside of the trunk. The tree was old and dying, but when the fires finally stopped, the tree seemed to come back to life, and people traveled from all over the world just to come and see it in his yard.
That feels verifiable.
Yeah.
Okay. It feels verifiable. Ask the other people in his family.
Sure.
Right. And if they show up and they're like, "Hey, did a tree catch fire?" Yes. Was there fire on the inside? Yes. Did the tree continue to live? Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
You don't verify, that doesn't verify it was aliens.
Right.
Right.
Plenty of trees get hit by lightning, catch on fire, and still live.
All right.
Plenty of trees. You can look online. There are trees that are burning from the inside.
Yeah.
So it's not, unless they could all be aliens.
Very well could be. Could
Yeah.
be God. Wasn't he in a burning bush?
And the whole people come from all over the world. Technically, how many people from not your city or your zip code have to show up to be able to make that claim?
Right.
Ooh.
At least two.
At least two, I would think.
Mhm.
You get a foreign exchange student who's in your town,
right,
but visits because your daughter had them over. You literally can make the claim that someone from Sweden was there.
Absolutely, you can.
To visit, and you showed them the tree. And you can say they visited the tree.
It's all just a bunch of bull.
Here's a text. "Dear diary, they came back today. The tall one is so dreamy. I hope he asked me to space prom." Another one. "Clear bags only, no backpacks."
Yeah, right.
That's a rule they have. The men in black suits aren't government. They're supposedly a group of aliens that have been threatening people who talk about that stuff since the 30s.
Do they not age?
How do you verify that?
Uh-huh.
How do you get to that? How do you go from it's the government to no, that's the alien police shut your mouth force?
Well, I mean, because you can see that little fold behind their mask, and then underneath it is like green alien skin. Sure. You're getting a rush. You're not really putting things on straight.
Another text. "The crazy thing is there are a number of animals that exist today that at one point thought weren't real or even a hoax, a mountain gorilla or a platypus, for example. It's not that they didn't real or they didn't exist. We didn't know. So just because they discovered a fish at the bottom of the darkest part of the ocean and they get footage of it, did aliens create that or have we just not checked?
We just haven't checked.
We haven't been
I don't
able
know.
to go down there.
I don't know. Right?
Or aliens.
Or aliens.
Right.
To me, that's a better argument than this guy came down and they sucked me up and probed me and then threw me back on the ground.
Right.
I feel like, listen, we found this thing. It didn't exist yesterday. It exists today. Might be aliens.
I like it.
But this cat is an awesome rabbit hole to go down. And he's got a book, UFO of Gods, if I remember correctly. I wasn't asked to talk about it. They didn't solicit. It is something I just found on my own. And I find it incredibly fascinating that he's now on the circuit for alien abduction conferences, which apparently is a thing. I would think there's one, but apparently there's multiple.
He's making money off of it. Good for him.
There
Right.
was a show too, the
Of course.
Fayetteville incident, which aired in 2008.
Yeah, there was a series and there was a specific episode dedicated to him, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But think about that. There's like, does he charge?
Surely he does.
Probably.
If he charges, then he doesn't care about getting the word out.
Right. He's doing it to make money.
Now, getting his expenses covered, like we'll fly you out and put you up.
Right.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Right. No, charging people to sit down.
A speaking fee.
Yeah. Ticket prices. If you're paying for a ticket to come hear him speak.
Ain't nothing free.
Yeah. Phew. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back.
Tulsa's morning show is
And with your, that's how you're going to buzz in. Corbin or Lindsay.
Okay.
Got
You
it.
get one shot and one shot only because this is a 50-50
Don't I know
chance. There's no point in, hey, would you like to guess, Lindsay? He said it's
Yeah.
dispensary. No, it's a day. So you only get one shot.
Okay.
Whoever wins at the end, I got a big prize for you. Okay.
Like a little nug, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Maybe.
God knows you have plenty.
Right. So, day spa or dispensary, are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, we're going to take it up from the top here. Euphora. Corbin, yes.
That's a spa.
Euphora is a dispensary. No points for anybody on that one. All right. Nirvana, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct.
Come on, Lindsay.
You got to get in the game, woman. Get in the game. All right. Omni Oasis, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Day spa.
Day spa is correct. So far, we're tied 1-1. La Fusion, day spa or dispensary? La Fusion.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. La Fusion is a day spa. Poppies, day
Corbin.
spa or dispensary? Corbin,
That
yes.
is a day spa.
Yes, you are correct. Poppies is a day spa. 2-1 so far. Corbin's lead. OHG, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay,
Dispensary.
that is correct. Tied
What'd
up.
you say?
OHG. That's all it is. These are all the ones. I just found them on Google.
Sure.
I just simply Googled day spa and then Googled dispensaries and then found a bunch of them that
Sure.
are really close.
I just
It
couldn't
could be
hear. I didn't hear
confused,
you
yeah.
because you were going so fast. I didn't hear you. I didn't know it was
I wonder
letters.
what that stands for.
I have no idea. Nonetheless, moving forward, 918 Elevate, day spa or dispensary? 918 Elevate.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
Dispensary.
That is correct. Corbin's in the lead, 3-2. One Love Wellness, day spa.
Corbin.
You got to pick it up, Lindsay. Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, One Love Wellness is indeed a
Wow.
dispensary. Yes. Corbin killing it right now. Lotus Blossom,
Corbin.
day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
You are wrong, my friend.
You
Lotus-
might need to.
Lotus
Okay.
Blossom is a day spa. Go ahead, Google
I
it.
know there's a dispensary called Lotus.
There's one called Lotus Gold, not Lotus Blossom. See, and that's the fun part about this game because they can be
semantic,
they're
sure.
so close. All right, Indigo, day spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
That is a dispensary.
Indigo. Lindsay is a day spa. So far, it's 4-2. Corbin's lead. Hand and Stone, day spa or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
All right, Lindsay, you are correct on a comeback.
I've been there.
It's a 50-50 guess.
Right, of course. All right, Rosebuds, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
I'm going to go dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct. Rosebuds is a dispensary, tied up 4-4. Jade Wellness Center, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a wellness, or that is a day spa.
Corbin. Jade Wellness Center is a dispensary.
What?
Still tied 4-4. Deluxe, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin, you are incorrect. Deluxe is a dispensary. Nature's Kiss.
I think that's both, actually.
Who knows? This is just the information that
who
was
cares if
given.
it's accurate?
Yeah. All right, Nature's Kiss, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct, my friend. Corbin just made 5-4. Aqua Viva Oasis, day
Lindsay.
spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay is correct. All right, so we're tied up 5-5. Fig Medical, day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. Fig Medical is a day spa.
I was thinking because like sweet,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
like sometimes you know it smells like
You're
a fig.
thinking medical marijuana.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Remember, this is for a big prize at the end of the
Sure.
at the end of the game here.
Sure.
You are going to love the prize that I have
Leftovers.
chosen for you.
Leftovers.
Right, it's a
Okay.
roach.
Right. Right.
Bong
And
water.
not the one you smoke.
It's the crumbs.
Laura Apothecary, day
Lindsay.
spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay is incorrect. The
Yeah, it's a
Laura
spa.
Apothecary is a day spa. Lucky Garden, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That's a dispensary.
Lucky Garden, Corbin is a day spa. So far, we got 6 to Corbin and 5 to Lindsay. The Health Center, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct. You sound like you've been there before.
To me, the name was just so obvious. There's no
Right.
way you're going to call an actual spa that.
Right, the Health Center. Supreme Heights, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct. All right, so we're looking at 8-5, Lindsay.
Okay.
All right, we're down in the home stretch of this thing. All right, the Enchanted Cottage, day
Corbin.
spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin is incorrect. That is a day spa.
Why are people calling here asking if we have weed?
Got any specials on an ounce, man?
It's called Enchanted.
Wildflower, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
That is incorrect, Corbin. Wildflower is a day spa. All right, Clover Patch, Tulsa, day spa or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct.
What's the score?
6-8, Corbin's
Okay.
lead. All right, the Merry Mind, day spa or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay. The Merry Mind is a dispensary. All right, the Relax Station, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
That is correct. Corbin is up 9-6. Path to Wellness, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay, Path to Wellness is a
Oh,
day
I'm
spa.
sorry. I thought you said packed.
Oh, yeah. Is that the
wellness.
problem?
Yeah, I thought I said packed.
Sure, yes. Let me enunciate a little bit more, shall we? All right, let's see here. Heirloom, day spa or dispensary? Heirloom, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
That's a dispensary.
Corbin, Heirloom is a day spa.
Mm.
You're still in the lead 9-6. He's okay. Tulsa Garden, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Day
Spa.
spa or dispensary. The Tulsa Garden is a day spa. Good job, Lindsay.
Score.
We're looking at 9-7, Corbin's lead. Bella Roma Medical, day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin, Bella Roma Medical is a day spa. Stonebrook, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Yes, you are correct, Lindsay. We are now 9-8, neck and neck. Who is going to win, day spa or dispensary, and walk away with a big, big prize? Stone Age Meds, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. The Stone Age Meds is a dispensary. Uptown Wellness, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. Uptown Wellness is a dispensary.
Really?
We only got 2 left here.
Okay.
All right. So we got a chance to tie it and a breaker if we can do this. All right. Pura, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary? Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin is correct. Pura is a dispensary, puts him with the win 10-8. I'll go ahead and give you the last one, see if you can guess it. Stonebrook, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay would have been correct, which wouldn't matter because it's 10-9.
Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. So I'm going to send you a video that you can look at. And some are saying that this is an actual video of an alien.
Ooh.
Now, don't get your hopes up. You're not going to see a little green feller, right? Big buggy eyes. But
Right.
this person does look a little weird. So apparently this is somebody attending Donald Trump's hearing that he had a while back. And in it, the ears and eyes of this individual are a bit off. They look like they're moving in a weird way. And there's no way to verify it's connected to the Trump thing at all, to be honest. But the video has some very bizarre things in it. It looks weird. Do you see the guy in question in the video?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
It looks like his eyes are blinking sideways.
Yeah, they do. And his ears are a little unproportionate. His nose is weird and pointy.
Here's my problem with this video.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it blurry? Why is it why does it look squished?
Right. It kind of looks like they're taking it through glass.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Mm-hmm.
Filmed off of television or something.
Yeah, but even if you film, it doesn't alter it like that much, right?
Yeah.
It looks pretty real. Like it looks
Yeah.
like you're standing there.
Uh-huh.
Unless you're using a very old phone, I guess.
That's possible too.
But
Okay, so I mean, this could simply be, somebody in a weird mask just trying to make something up.
dude, if this is the hearing
Mhm.
that it's being alluded it was done at,
Right.
ain't nobody showing up in a mask.
Right.
Security was so tight, dude.
Right, I get that, but I mean, if you have one of those lifelike masks, you know what I mean? Like, think of Hollywood makeup artists. Okay, that's the level of the mask that I'm talking about, not
Sure.
like the one that you get at Party USA or whatever.
Sure. But my point is the security was so tight. There were so many eyes on people
Mhm.
that some schmuck on Twitter noticed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So everybody else who's trained in looking for these people
Mhm.
in terms of people wearing masks and deception in those events, they get duped. But Schmucko, he picked it up.
Yeah. You know how like some people have your vein is popping. Like when they get mad, they're like, your
Yeah.
vein, it's popping. I feel like that could be this whole ear thing situation that he's
He
got.
can make his
going
ears
on.
shrink and look weird.
Well, no, they're not shrinking. It looks like he's got like a little pulse behind his ear. So I feel like that can be explained, like how some people have the vein that pops.
There's this whole thing about anxiety that I don't think people understand. So let me explain. That event, high stress, right? If that was taken at the Trump thing,
Oh yeah.
ain't nobody in there with the heart rate under 60
Right.
because their anxiety is so high because, it's an important, it's a VIP, security, danger, threats,
Mhm.
concerns, a lot of people whose jobs are really important. Like, so you're walking around. It's not a common event, right? Think of like your first day at a job or going on a date. Your heart rate's high. Your anxiety
Mm-hmm.
is what's causing that, right? Your adrenaline is running. So in that event, your adrenaline's running. There ain't nobody there walking around with an under 60 heart rate.
Right. These comments are fantastic.
Oh, they're great, right?
Come on, people. Don't start with this crap. That guy might have a medical problem and you're calling him a creature. My wife has green eyes and RH negative blood. So is she an alien?
What is RH negative
I have
blood? I
no
don't even know
idea.
what that is.
So stop this crap. We have real problems going on in this country, like Pedo Joe and the fiat dollar.
Sure.
That's the fiat dollar.
Which Joe?
Freaking
Which
20.
Joe?
Right.
There's plenty of them. So
Looks like
there may be right, but there ain't nobody calm there. Everybody's on pins and needles.
Absolutely.
If that's where it was taken.
Mm-hmm. But
When
we
his-
don't know.
Yeah. When his eyes blink, whew.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That is the weird part.
It's kind of like if you guys have been following the news and the story of the Department of Defense documents that have leaked, and the person that took the photos apparently had been posting them for a while to gain credibility on a Discord channel, which we're getting into the nerd stuff, but he's on a Discord channel and he's been doing it for a while, and he just started getting reckless with the photos he was taking, and so they could identify who he was. They're going to arrest this guy and he's going to jail.
Huh.
Because in the beginning, you might be like, okay, I can't do this thing. It's just, okay. And then you're like, I got another picture here, posted another thing. Right?
Yeah.
You rest on your laurels. You're just like, he's been doing it a while. That's what they do to people that are serial killers.
All right.
Not popular opinion, but they let them continue to do their thing because they know they'll get sloppy.
Right.
It's human nature.
I was thinking maybe it's possible, like, because, there's some animals out there that have, like, second eyelids, right? You have your regular ones, and then underneath them is another eyelid, for whatever reason. I took a picture of my dog, video of my dog, at, like, the right time, and she had, like, this weird alien-looking eye. And so I was thinking, is it maybe possible for humans to have that same sort of thing? I couldn't really find much of anything, but that would explain his weird eyes.
Dogs have 3 eyelids.
Yeah. Top, bottom, and then I guess one in the middle somewhere.
It says they have 3 eyelids, an extra eyelid that sweeps back and forth across the surface. So there you go.
Yeah.
Someone said he looks like Megamind.
Right.
Yes.
It's not aliens.
No, I don't think so. This says in humans, it's vestigial, meaning that you have a 3rd eyelid. But it no longer serves for its original purpose. That little pink thing in the corner that they're supposed to cut when your eyes all swollen up, like cut me, that thing. That is originally it was your 3rd eyelid. It's the remnant of it.
And just over time, evolution.
Like tails.
Right. It's like we don't need them anymore.
We don't need tails. So we got rid of them.
Okay.
Right? But the video is fantastic. So I'm with you, Gimpy. I don't think it's actually an alien. It feels sloppy.
That's very sloppy.
I feel like they'd be a little more. Why would you pick a guy standing on the side, right? You got to pick somebody you wouldn't suspect.
Right.
Right.
He does look a little nervous.
Yeah, everybody probably is. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back.
Tulsa's morning show, the Big Bad Morning Show. The assault continues.
It was the 7th time.
Yeah. And then
you came back.
Took the call back because I was like, oh, maybe you changed. Then the 9th time was finally the draw.
For him I'm just being really honest. Him cheating 9 times, do you blame him or yourself?
I blame myself for being blinded by love.
But it wasn't. No, it wasn't, though.
No, it was not my fault. But I mean, I kept going.
No, it's your fault. It wasn't love.
It was my own stupidity trying to think I can change someone.
Right. Hope. Well, it was hope. You were hoping. You were hoping he'd love you.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Brandon, have a great day, man.
You too.
All right. See you later.
These texts are
Scott is on. Hey, Scott, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, buddy. What do you think?
Let's be real. I love some of the comments, and you guys especially, but let's be real. You're not going to be able to give her a hall pass because we as men are never going to forget that. We're never going to stop dwelling on it. And, we're going to be the demise of that at that point. I think there's only one way to really do it. Either walk away because you can't tell me guilt took over after. You were enjoying it then. You went out for that purpose to go meet somebody. So either open this up to an open relationship, ask her, hey, do you want an open relationship, or walk away now, brother, because you lost it.
Let me ask you, Scott, what would be an argument they would have had that would have not justified him cheating, but going out and being completely reckless? Like what's something?
Well, she would have had to cheat. I mean, the only way I'm ever going to cheat is she walks to me and says she just cheated. I'm walking out. I'm going to get me some, and I'm done with this relationship.
But then, you're
let's
really
be real
cheating
as
at
men.
that point, are you, Scott? You're
Well, until that divorce, I get it. But there's no, hall pass or dinner or vacation. I agree with her vacation. That means she's not going to forget that. I don't care if 5 years down the road, that's going to be in every argument you have.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well either walk away or open this thing up and let's become swingers.
Just walk up to her with a
Let's be
pineapple
real.
in hand.
Right on, man.
Upside down it, baby.
All right, Scott, have a great day, friend.
You too,
All
guys.
right, see you later.
Got a great idea to fix the situation.
I hear that, like, well, if she cheats, I'm going out right and cheating, and cheating right away. It's going to be like the movie Hall Pass. I'm going to Applebee's and having wings and going to bed at 9. Like,
Yeah.
Right, because that's our routine now.
No,
That's where we're at.
no, I'm don't have the game. Like, what are you talking about? It's not like I'm turning down women every time I go out the door.
You go to the bar, you wait till about, 1:45-ish.
Oh,
You find the biggest woman with the least amount of teeth in her face, and you say, you're coming with me.
I got to be honest. If I'm cheating as revenge, it ain't just going to be on crumbs. Listener email, I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years
Homeless
because
people eat out of garbage cans,
I
Corbin.
made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, and slept with some woman. Almost immediately, the guilt took over me. She's told me it's over. But I have to try. What can I do to get her or to give our marriage a second chance? Lindsay.
Okay, so he already did the most awful thing he could have done, and that was cheat. But he was honest. So he's got that going for him at least. And if he wants to work things out, he's going to have to take the blame and take whatever is coming to him. If she is pissed, let her be pissed and just take it. Take the anger and just wait it out and see what she wants to do. The ball is absolutely 100% in her court. So whatever she wants, she gets at this point. If you want to stay in this marriage, if she wants to go through therapy, then you guys are going to go to counseling together. If she wants just you to go to counseling, then you're going to have to go to counseling because the ball is absolutely 100% in her court.
Gimpy.
Yeah, man, there's really nothing you can do, honestly. Just sit back and take your lumps as they are. All right. If she wants it to work, she'll figure it out. She's gonna be mad AF for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to deal with being boring. There's not gonna be any time going out with the boys or going out doing whatevs, And if you can't handle that, then you need to walk away. You need to realize, well, I effed this one up. I'm just going to go ahead and take my ball and I'm going to go home and then I'll come back and play the game another day. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's nothing really you can do. Just let time pass it on by. That's it.
I'm sorry. I have no gimmick for you that will work. You tell her you want it to work. You made a giant mistake and you're willing to work through it. She doesn't hear that. You got your answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's pretty black and white, man.
Yeah.
You have to eat your S sandwich. And when you go on and date in the future and be asked what happened with your marriage, you got to be honest. You est the bed royally. And so either you tell her what you want and hope she appeases you, but why beg someone to be with you? The Huffington Post has a list of the rudest things to avoid when you're visiting someone's home, like things you shouldn't do, right?
Okay.
Touching or moving things.
Well, yeah.
Oh, so like I'm guilty of this though. Like if a picture
I'm shocked.
If a picture is crooked hanging on the wall, I'll straighten it.
Why?
No.
Why? It's not yours.
Exactly.
Nope.
Because I'm sure that it wasn't supposed to be crooked.
You don't know that. Some people like things off kilter like that.
I'll even mention it. I'm gonna fix that.
Oh, that's rude. That's like, like the cliche of like a mom coming in, like, your pictures aren't straight.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Ma.
Another one. Expecting a tour.
Oh, yeah.
You don't walk in and be like, give me a tour.
No, I don't.
I totally do. I love snooping around.
Because I don't want someone to do that to me. Because what if your bedrooms aren't clean or the bathroom's not clean?
Then they'll let you know.
Yeah.
Furthermore, Susan, they shouldn't be having company over if that's the case. Bedroom, maybe. Right? Bathrooms, though, clean that ass up if you're having company come over.
Another one. Overstaying your welcome.
Right.
How long? What's the good amount of time to stay at someone's house?
Depends on what the activity is.
Yeah,
Let's say dinner.
Oh, okay.
couple hours.
2 hours after dinner. After 2 hours.
So you soap at 6, 8, get out.
Mm-hmm. Because now it's time for the family to wind down.
Yeah.
And start doing their own nightly routine.
And I think it depends on who it is too. Like you always know, I think, depending on which friend it is.
Snooping.
Oof.
Yeah.
Going opening the cabinet.
Yeah, you
to
don't
look
do
through the
that.
medicine cabinet. You feel like you give the vibe that you do that.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, it's not an insult. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it gives a vibe.
Why? What
Because
gives
you're
you that
nosy.
vibe?
You're very nosy.
What makes me nosy?
Well, you'll walk into a room when a conversation's happening going, wait, what are we talking about?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You love knowing other people's gossip?
Yeah. I'll watch those gossip shows.
No, I'm talking
they're
like
there
personal
for.
gossip. I'm not talking about TV shows.
Yeah, if we're here, I don't want to miss out on anything, for sure.
Yeah, that's nosy.
Yeah.
Bringing an uninvited +1.
Yeah. Because now you're forcing the other people to like entertain somebody they don't know. It just makes
Right.
everything.
Or don't like.
Exactly. And it's not your place to be inviting somebody else over.
Feeding their dog.
Huh? Oh, like table scraps or something?
I think that's what they mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you'd be like, where's your chow chow so I can put it in the bowl? Yeah. Some people do that. Some people think that because they feed their dogs table scraps or popcorn or whatever, that they can do that with your dog.
That's good that your dog's stomach has adapted to that. But now you're going to make your friend's dog crap all over their house because it's not used to that.
Showing up empty-handed.
I don't think that's that bad. I mean, do I have to bring potato salad every time I come over?
No.
Exactly.
No, I always take something.
Yeah. I always take a bottle of wine.
Locked in.
For the next, to talk to Mike.
Oh, I forgot it was that time. And see, it's a whole new thing. Got you covered, brother. We'll get you.
All right. So be listening because we're going to have Dustin Fletcher on from Smoking Guns here in a little bit. We've also got our top 5 songs. I'm sorry, our top list. It's top 5 dream cars. We'll get to that here very soon as we are getting prepared to talk with Mike Malega. We talk to him on Thursdays at this time to talk about baseball and Drillers baseball and all those things that go along with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually he's like, hey, where you at? I'm here. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten anything from him yet. So I'm like, all right, I got a message.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, we're waiting on you, buddy. So stand by. I know not what you wanted to hear.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Why don't we pivot here? What's that, Lindsay?
I said, turn me on. I got an email from Apple and it made me think of you.
Okay.
Because the watches are going to have a camera. And
Okay.
I thought, oh, I'm not buying one, but I bet Corbin will update his.
Yeah, I love my Apple Watch. I won't buy it right away, but I love my Apple Watch.
But you'll get one because they will have a camera?
No. Whenever it's time for me to get a new one and it has a camera, I will go with that for sure.
I mean, is it necessary to put a camera
I mean,
on
is it
the watch?
Is it necessary for your phone to be a computer?
I mean, yeah. It's so convenient.
It is now because we know what it does.
But I mean, I just can't imagine taking a picture of anything from my wrist.
Yeah, I can't imagine taking a picture with my phone, and yet here we are.
But it's so much easier.
Right. Mike is joining us from the Tulsa Drillers. I'm just making sure it says connected here as we were waiting on technology. Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Sorry about that.
No worries. It's symptomatic apparently lately around here. Listen, congratulations, man. The season is underway. The guys have been on the road, and you guys are back in town on Tuesday for a nice home stretch that is going to involve a day game.
Yeah, man. We're excited. So great first 3 games. We come back next week for our first 6-game homestand Tuesday through Sunday, and our first midweek day game will be on Wednesday at I think it's 11:05. So we're gonna have a good afternoon baseball on Wednesday of next week. Should be fun.
Yeah, the weather's been perfect, so that'll be nice to be down at One Oak Field. Hit TulsaDrillers.com to get your tickets. And then we should point out that you have the traditional Friday and Saturday fireworks display, 2 nights in a row of fireworks, which is great. But you're doing something special on Saturday night next week when the Drillers are back in town for Outsiders House Museum Night.
Yes, exactly. We've started a nice little partnership. Gorski and those guys have started a nice little partnership with Danny Boy O'Connor, and we're going to celebrate that this year a couple of times in some different ways. But yeah, so next Saturday we're going to be kind of helping put them a little bit front and center and be a part of our game, and it'll be followed up by a great fireworks show after the game next Saturday night.
Custom jean jacket jerseys is what the guys will be wearing. They look super fantastic, man. Like, it looks awesome. So excited for the Drillers to be back in action. Go ahead.
Yeah, those jerseys are something else. So they're gonna get a lot of pub on those things, but they look pretty funny, and that's what we love to do. So it'll definitely be something people will be talking about after they come to the game next Saturday night for sure. So yeah, the old cut off jean jacket, with the black T-shirt under it, look, just says. Nothing says Drillers baseball more than that.
And a chef's kiss for sure on that. And then, of course, Sunday will be a 105 game, and kids eat free, and they get to run the bases afterwards. Just an awesome event to do out at One Oak Field. There's always something to do for family and stuff like that. So I know you're excited for that first long homestand that's going to happen out at One Oak Field to see all the families being out there starting on Tuesday with being able to sit on the grassy area for $3.
Yeah, and this is our first. We've shaken up our Tuesdays. It's not $2 Tuesdays anymore. It's T-Town Tuesdays. Yeah. So Tuesday night next week, we're kind of celebrating Mayfest. Every Tuesday, we're going to celebrate another Tulsa institution. So Mayfest is our first one out of the box. We'll help them promote the upcoming Mayfest. And what we're doing on that is it's not only going to be those $3 GA seats out in the berm. It's also going to be $9.18 tickets anywhere in the seating bowl. So that $18 seat behind home plate, $9.18. That $15 seat over the dugouts, $9.18. Every Tuesday, all seats in the seating bowl, $9.18.
Yeah, and again, that's Tuesday the 18th is when they're back in action down at One Oak Field. Let's talk about Major League Baseball and, man, the Tampa Bay Rays, man, something special happening down in Florida.
Yeah, well, as a Yankee fan in that same division, I'll point out they've played a pretty weak schedule, but yeah, they're like 11-0, unbelievable. You can't argue perfection, and then they're just dominating those games too. I think they're winning games by like almost 6 runs per game on average, so it's no fluke. These guys are legit.
Yeah, no, I think it's fair to be salty, especially with someone beating the rival, but the home runs and the offense they're showing, even against those teams, I think the home run race, which is whatever, it's only just getting started, the closest the team is by like 7 or 8 home runs between first and second, and the Rays leading in team stats right now. And so there's definitely some bats happening, but you're right. The test has yet to be to come to them to see whether they can keep going this way.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But, they're going to be great. They've been a playoff team every year. They're going to definitely be a playoff team this year, and it ought to be a great race in the American League East. And we're stoked about their success. A part of that success is one of our former Driller players, Luke Raley, one of the outfielders. He broke spring training camp with them and made the opening day roster. And he's contributed to that home run total already with a couple of 2 or 3, I think.
Well, let's talk about that part, right? The number of players that go on to do big things that pass through One Oak Field. I mean, especially with the connection with the Dodgers, you see some great talent earlier in their careers.
Oh, yeah, it's unreal. I think people don't realize the caliber of play that we get to see night in, night out here at One Oak Field. Not just the Drillers roster, but the other 9 rosters of the teams that come in to play us. It's really remarkable. People don't realize Mike Trout played in this ballpark, on his way up, and Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman, these World Series champions from the Astros. So it is awesome night in, night out. And this year, we always look at those opening day rosters, Corbin, and we had 39 former Drillers made opening day rosters on 22 different major league teams. So we've got representation on more than 2/3 of the major league teams and have almost 2 full rosters worth of players that wore Tulsa across the front of their uniform playing at Major League Baseball.
I remember when One Oak Field opened, and I was helping out with the Drillers organization, and Northwest Arkansas would come to town. A lot of those guys that went on to play for the Royals at the upper level and win them a World Series were playing in One Oak Field at that time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, guys like Mike Moustakis and Eric Hosmer and guys that helped them win that World Series championship. We see them all here. They're not household names when they come through Tulsa. So I get that. But they're soon to be household names because, the caliber of play here. These guys are playing at the next level, which is the highest level of the sport, Major League Baseball in the world. And we're very proud of our former drillers to be splashed all over Major League Baseball. We got a lot of people to root for.
Yeah, it's always great to watch baseball happen down at One Oak Field, sit in the stands and see the backdrop of Tulsa while you're eating a hot dog and watching these guys, play their hearts out at One Oak Field. Again, back in action at One Oak Field starting Tuesday. Hit TulsaDrillers.com to get your tickets. A day game on Wednesday, running the bases for kids on Sunday, fireworks on Friday and Saturday. Hit TulsaDrillers.com. Mike, thanks for taking the time.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Corbin. We'll talk to you guys next week.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll be back.
Best to the Wall Sports is powered by
Big
Bird.
Big Bird. Okay.
Oh, if we're going like a legit bird,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the flamingo.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see if it tastes like shrimp.
Yeah. Flamingo or
That's
Roadrunner,
true.
one of the two.
Yeah, why not? That sounds fine. Penguin. I'm down for some penguin.
Oh, yeah. Some fricasseed penguin.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it getting, it's cold. It's right there on the ice.
Right.
Who doesn't? Some good penguin. Yum. I'm going to name some dishes. You give me a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being awesome
Okay.
and 0 being pass.
Okay.
Okay? Lindsay, you're in on this too.
Okay.
10 being
Let's
awesome,
start
0
let's
being
start
nothing.
basic,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
I don't know.
Lindsay?
Oh, 10.
Okay. Gimpy.
3.
Okay. Fettuccine Alfredo. You can
10.
You can say 10.
Could I say 11?
Gimpy?
Oh.
What kind? Is it seafood or is it chicken?
This is just the cheese. This is
Just
no
the
chicken,
sauce
no
and noodles?
Yeah.
0.
Okay. Manicotti. So manicotti, for those who don't know, it's a ricotta. Mostly the time it's a ricotta-based filled noodle.
Big ol' honking noodle too.
It's a 6 for me.
Okay.
That's a 0 for me, dog.
Okay. Stuffed shells.
6.
Okay. Gimpy.
2.
Wow.
If that. I'm struggling for a 2, bro.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Lasagna.
3.
Wow. Gimpy.
Who's making it?
Whoever your favorites is.
It's even my mom's lasagna. That would rank like a 2 or 3 for me, and that's because it's mom's. So lasagna, just in general,
Yeah.
that's a 1.
Chicken Parmesan. Chicken Parmigiana.
9.
Never had it.
What?
Crazy.
It feels crazy.
Yeah. So that's going to be a 0 for me, dog.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Chicken. Oh my gosh.
Is it the eggplant and the?
Nope.
That
nut?
one's good too.
That's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
All right. Chicken piccata. Chicken piccata is the lemon chicken. I know. It's lemon.
Yeah, 7.
That's 0.
Oh my God.
Like we went to that fancy Italian place for the boss that what was that last week, his lunch or whatever. And I'm looking at the menu, I was like,
Mondo's great Italian restaurant.
Mondo's, I respect them and what they do. It's just Italian is not for me. I'm like, I don't know what to get. Everything on the menu had either mushrooms or lemon on it. And I was just like, what's this stuff with the shrimp? Sounds good. I'll eat the shrimp over the noodles, which is exactly what I did.
I mean, I wanted to see. All right, so let's just go with a couple things here because I'm trying to find fried mozzarella.
I mean, that's just deep
10.
fried cheese. But even then, I want to give it like a 4.
Calamari.
10.
Calamari. I'll go ahead and give that like maybe a 6 or something because I've had calamari at other places that's not Italian food.
Bruschetta or bruschetta.
10.
Was that the fancy bread?
It's toast. Most of the time, it's toasted little pieces of bread with tomatoes and olive oil and balsamic and basil. And
Yes,
stuff.
the extremely stale bread that you chip a tooth on every time you eat it. That's a 0.
Let's see. Let's get it. Spaghetti and meatball ravioli.
Lindsay?
6.
Only if it's Chef Boyardee. Which actually his name was Chef Boyardee, but we had to Americanize it by saying
Give me your rating, Mr. Wikipedia.
1,
Tortellini,
4.
2.
peppers and onions.
That's it. Like no sausage to put them on,
It's
or
sausage,
anything?
peppers, and onions. It's typically
Like a
4.
bun, you know? I mean, I guess with the sausage, peppers, and onions, I give it like a 3, 4, maybe even.
fettuccine carbonara,
What's the carbonara part?
bacon.
Oh.
That's a 5.
What?
1.
Eggplant parmigiana,
Yeah, that's 8.
That's a big 0 for me, homie.
meatball sub,
Oh, God.
5.
This is getting worse and worse the further we go down. 0, man. That stuff is too messy. It doesn't eat well. You have to have a fork to eat a sandwich. I think that's retarded.
Oh, I liked it. Gnocchi.
What? Huh? Oh, okay. I've had that come in like a HelloFresh or something like that once. And I was like, what is this? What is this garbage?
Oh, you didn't enjoy it?
Lindsay.
5.
0.
Oh my gosh.
I know it sounds crazy, but like when it comes to like the Big 10 of restaurants and foods and stuff, Italian's at the bottom of that list for me, man.
Somebody texted in and said, you think Zio's is delicious? You got to try Luigi's and Skytook. So authentic. I think it's run by the actual Italian mob. I've had Luigi's and Skytook. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I like, it's not like I go to Zio's and I order one of everything.
Right.
I worked there after college, and their 5 cheese pasta, adding chicken to it, was so good.
Yeah.
Their spinach artichoke dip, which isn't Italian, whatever, but it was so good.
Mm-hmm. I just like the brown paper on the tables that give you crayons.
The cannoli, yeah, I know how to write my name upside down. Cannoli, with the Alfredo and the chicken stuff, so good there.
I'll give you that. I'll give you the Italian dish, the cannoli. That's delicious just because it's cheese and powdered sugar.
No. That's the dessert.
I know.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
That's the only Italian food that I really, 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 really like is a good old cannoli.
We haven't gotten to the real one. Pizza.
I've said it before, and you all thought I was crazy.
1 to 10.
1 to 10, a pizza. That's going to be a 3 for me. So low on the scale, man.
Lindsay.
10.
Yeah.
Always.
Pretty much all those except peppers and onions that we've mentioned are about anywhere between an 8 and a 10 for me.
Really?
See, I love peppers and onions. I don't love the heartburn, but man, it's almost worth the heartburn for me.
A good bolognese pasta.
Well, Italian food. They are the Beatles for me.
A nice short
food.
short rib braised ragu.
Ragu, the sauce in a jar.
So it's just no. So good. I'm telling you, man, Italian food. Mind reading brain implant allows man to talk again. A 36-year-old patient who's being known as Pancho is to try a mind-reading brain implant that lets him, quote, speak. He was paralyzed from the neck down by a stroke at the age of 20, and the device has allowed him to communicate at around 7 words per minute, despite only being able to move his eyes. After all that time, he did have something important to tell them. He put the implant in. What do you think the first thing he said was?
Hello.
It's fantastic. I'm obviously asking because it's not hello.
Can I get a churro?
I'm hungry.
Uno cerveza, por favor.
I think Pancho, not sure of his ethnicity.
Just saying. Why else would they call him Pancho?
This hospital food sucks.
Nice.
Well, I mean, he's speaking the truth.
He's like, if I could just tell him. guys, I think it's working. He's about to say his first fruit. We're gather around. The hospital food sucks. Because it's a robot, right? Okay. Somebody get him out.
Yeah.
All these stories are on our Facebook page at Facebook. Not I love you, not thank you,
Right.
not
This is incredible.
Yeah, none of those things.
What's
Hey,
that
I've been
say
waiting
for-
16 years to say something. None of that.
What's it say about the hospital food if it's that bad? Like all that overshadowed by the hospital food.
I mean, you kind of want to go, hey, it's just one guy's opinion.
We all know.
But he's been in the hospital 16 years. He's been like, oh, God, if I ever get the chance to talk again, this is
Horrified gas station staff find severed human penis in parking lot. This happened in Mobile, Alabama. Petrol station. The staff there were given the shock of their lives when they discovered a human penis on site. This bizarre discovery was made just yesterday. Actually, Thursday. No, what is today? Monday. This happened, January 3rd.
happening.
A police officer collected the severed appendage. According to the reports, police do not believe the findings is proof of any foul play, but it is not clear whose member was actually found. My favorite quote, one employee simply told local reporters, it was a whole D. A statement at 4 from the mobile stated the incident was not being investigated as...
Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corey. Birthday to Kate Kennedy. You can check out this fire in Is It Wrong? She's My Stepmom 3 and Pool Party Orgy 2 and Slutty Sex Ed Teachers. Fun fact, in 2019, Spank Bank called her the sexiest dork in porn.
Good morning, Gimby.
Oh, good morning, Corbin. We've been talking about Rocklahoma 2023. Can't wait. Rob Zombie and Godsmack and Pantera and Limp Bizkit. Full lineup. Link for tickets for Rocklahoma Labor Day weekend prior, you say, is at KMOD.com.
Let's go ahead and do our top list. We do it every week at this time.
It's time for Big Man Morning Show's top list. Random topics, randomly drawn with random results. Now here's Corbin, Gimpy, and Lindsay with this week's top list.
This week's top list is dream cars, your top 5 dream cars. Lindsay, what do you have at number 5?
All right. So number 5, when I was a kid, I always wanted a Mazda Miata. I know. I mean,
yes, but
I was
as an
young.
adult,
I was young, okay? And
Sorry.
and you know what?
I'm so hard.
My dad told me, like, okay, here's the deal. If you get straight A's all through your elementary and middle school and high school years, I'll get you any car that you want. Any car. And so I thought, all right, I'll get my Mazda Miata. Yeah, no.
right now,
It did not happen. I was not a straight A student.
Mazda Miata fan clubs, which are a thing,
Yeah.
because I have been attacked by them,
Yeah.
would be very happy to hear that you wanted one.
Gay!
Yeah.
Does that guy we work
Yes.
with, he still has his?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He gets,
I think he's got a couple.
he get defensive about it, too.
I think that ended. I think my love for the Mazda Miata ended shortly before I could actually drive a car, because then when I was like 15, I wanted a cherry red Jeep Wrangler. Had to be cherry red. I just
Why?
thought they were beautiful in cherry red. Only that color.
I don't know if I know any female that hasn't wanted a Jeep.
Really? Probably because of the R. Kelly song.
It's,
Probably.
but pick a different reference.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's a Jeep thing.
Yeah. Well, then my mom went and saw a psychic and said, if your daughter ever drives in a red car, it's not going to end well. She might get into an accident. And
Oh, geez.
yes, I know. So then it was like, no, you can't have a red car. And I thought, okay, well, then the Jeep Wrangler's out because I only wanted it in cherry red. So as I grew older, and still to this day, I love the Cadillac Escalade.
Yeah.
It's so slick and in pearl white. It's beautiful. That is my number 3 on the list.
Cadillac Escalade, the extended,
Okay.
I think looks better than
Sure.
the regular Cadillac Escalade.
The bigger ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you
Yeah.
look more important, more fancy.
Hey, got more stuff to not need.
Right.
Right. And more room, of course.
And black. I've
Right.
only the silver ones have looked pretty tight lately, but all black.
Yeah.
And for me, no, because I don't want to look like Secret Service. I just want the pearl white. And then number 2 on my list is the Audi R8 convertible. It looks a little bit like a Batmobile, but it is so badass. it's like $180,000 vehicle, I think, fully loaded and with all the bells and whistles.
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple of those rolling around town here. I'm like,
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Seen a lot more supercars around town than what used to be. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are y'all doing for work?
And my number one, and I don't even care what kind it is, anything Rolls Royce.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
They're
that's a
just
good
so slick, expensive, and just a Rolls Royce. Just
any rolls?
any
like
Rolls
a bottom
Royce. I
rolls would
just
be
want
all
to
right?
roll in a Rolls
You
Royce.
think like a fan?
Just a Rolls Royce. I just think it's fun to have one.
All I see when I see a Rolls Royce, they are nice cars.
Yeah.
All I see when I see a Rolls Royce is how expensive anything is on it.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
No matter what it is. That's all I see. Like, I know that would hold true with a lot of those high-end cars, but for some reason I see that I'm like, I don't want to have to park really far away so no one parks next to it.
Right.
That is true.
I just had to Google the cheapest Rolls Royce because Lindsay's like, I'll take any Rolls as long as it's a Rolls. The cheapest Rolls Royce is the 2022 Ghost. It's $311,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's why it's a dream.
Damn.
Yeah. Where did you first see one that made you be like, well, that's what I want?
I think in a music video. Maybe
okay.
a Jenny from the Block or like a J-Lo video, something like that.
See, like the Rolls and the Bentleys, stuff like that. To me, I'm like, that's just too fancy, too much. Much like Corbin said, man, I don't want to have to park at the far end of the parking lot to make sure nobody dings me. Ugh.
Yeah. And I can't remember, is Rolls Royce, those cars they're handmade, like, and they're made custom. Every single one's made custom.
I could probably see it made custom. I don't know about, handmade.
Yeah, I think that's one of those handmade, very limited handmade cars that you get specifically catered to you when you order it.
Yeah, Rolls Royce is more than a motor car. It's a work of art.
Sure.
Handmade to order exclusively for you by our team of highly skilled craftspeople and designers. Whatever you imagine your ideal motor car to be, bring your unique vision to life with Rolls Royce Bespoke.
If you work for Rolls Royce, is that like being a sandwich artist? Like you get to say you're a highly talented.
I think so.
Because they're not going to not have a sandwich artist
right
at Subway.
Yeah.
We're doing top list. We're doing dream cars. Gimpy, what do you have for number 5?
Bro, number 5. And this is the far difference between the three of us. I love it. Number 5, 66 Lincoln Continental with the suicide doors. All right. So my buddy Steve, when I was going to school in Jinx, he lived right across the street from the high school, and we would leave school and we'd go over to his house and we'd get baked or whatever. And he had one of these cars, and I fell in love with it the day that I climbed in that son of a bitch. Open up that suicide door. Well, this is really cool. And then climb on in, and you got all this room to move around. I fell in love with it. And ever since then, I wanted one. And I've looked around, and you can find some that are somewhat affordable, right? But it takes a little bit of fixing up to get them to where I want it to be or whatever. So, okay. Number 4 on my list is an 86 K5 Blazer. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Well, it's a Chevy Blazer, but this is the old school big some bitches, all right?
The OJ one.
Yeah, no, that was a Bronco.
Oh, right.
That was a Bronco, but you're in the same field. One of those big ones, not one of those little pussy Blazers that we're dealing with now. When they brought the Blazers back, everybody's excited. Woo, we're getting the Blazer back. And they gave us the small gay ones from the 90s. And I don't like that. We need big, monstrous off-road vehicles. My dad, when I was I was living in California. I was like 7, maybe 8 at this time. He had borrowed one to take the family camping, and we had all the
because you're
gear.
camping.
Yeah, we had all the gear in the back. We had the kids in the back seat, and he's driving this monstrous thing. I've wanted one ever since. And those things, trust me, I've looked on Facebook Marketplace lately, and you can get one much like the Lincolns, $8,500 that are in fair condition. But if you want one that's like pristine, they are charging $25,000-$30,000 for these things. And I'm like, you are insane. Number 3 is a 66 Shelby Cobra.
Nice.
The Cobras have always been an awesome looking car. You know, they got the big 427 motors in it. They're little roadsters. They just, Carroll Shelby in himself, man, knew what he was doing when it came to building cars. I don't know if you've watched the Ford versus Ferrari or whatever with Matt Damon. Solid movie, nonetheless. But that roadster that he drives around in that one, I'm like, yes, I want one. You see a lot of them. They're kit cars, though, which means, you know, we just send you the parts. It's like a model, but instead of like the actual Shelby motor, is like a 350 Chevy engine. If you want one of these, dude, you're shelling out bucks for these cars. Number 2, and the only reason it is number 2 is because recently the number 1 car just blew this one out of the water. But I've always, ever since I was a kid, a Dodge Viper GTS has been my dream car.
Yeah.
2002 is I think is a good, solid model. Dude, these things are slick. They're fast. They're sporty. Nothing but raw goddamn horsepower, right? Just balls to the wall. And then it takes me to my number 1, which was just released this year.
Oh.
Holy balls. Oh, my goodness. I'm having palpitations. This thing comes in. This is the fastest production car in the world right now. This thing is coming in straight off the production line with 1,025 horses. That is insane.
Tesla?
No, not a Tesla. Far from a Tesla, man. This is doing certified quarter miles, 8.91 seconds. Straight off the line. There is no, oh, I built this up in my garage. This is straight from the factory to your house, a 9-second quarter mile car. And that is the 2023 Dodge Challenger Demon 170. This thing is bad. And when they released it, the videos were all over the place. And I'm like, all right, you look at it, you're like, okay, yeah, it looks like a Challenger. But it's everything else that goes with it, man. Like I said, over 1,000 horsepower, straight off the line, get out of town. And that's the only reason that the Viper is number 2 on my list, because this car is a beast. Whew.
How much does that cost if you bought that car?
If I bought it, it's a, I don't even know. I have it pulled up here and you think it would have the price on it, but, okay. Give me something here. Give me all the gears. It's a $100,000 car at least. At least
221,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. But it's awesome. Dude, it's a badass.
This says that bidding for it, because there must not be a lot of them.
Oh yeah, they only made a few of them.
Yeah. Well, hold on one second. Yeah. Hold on a second.
MSRP here says 96,666 because it's Dana.
Okay. Our very own Jim Glover Dodge in Owasso.
They got one?
This is from April 7th this month. The Oklahoma dealer listed its final allocation for the Demon 170 on eBay. We received massive interest. Massive interest in our final allocation for the last call. We couldn't find a fair way to decide who gets to purchase the car. We've received several significant offers, but felt that the auction online was the best way to do it.
Yeah, you get the most money out of it because people are clamoring to get this car, dude.
Yeah.
Clamoring.
How about that? Our very own,
real.
Only very own JGD, man.
Hey, Jimmy, can I take it for a test drive?
Okay. Well, we're doing our top list, and we're doing dream cars. Number 5, it was a car my grandfather had, or a variation of, and that is a Jeep Willys CJ2. Nice. It was he had one that he got back. I'm guessing he got it back from the war. I don't know how he got it home, but it sat in the lake garage of their lake cabin. And when he wanted to get in the garage, because he couldn't get it started, he would roll it out to the, and there was a tree back there, so it would like stop at the tree. And we would sit in it. There's pictures of me as a kid in it. All and right. It still had the white star on the side. And all the buttons were like waterproofed and stuff. And yeah, it was I would love to have that car today. Yeah. I would spend money, which is out of my wheelhouse, to get it back to a running shape, just because of the memories associated and what that Jeep represents. or that vehicle represents. Number 4 is just a pretty car, and that's a 55 Chevy Cameo Fleet Side with white walls, not low to the ground. But it is a sweet-looking pickup truck. I'm thinking red with white on the bed and maybe a white top on it. It is a beautiful-looking truck.
Yeah, that's clean. That's clean.
Number 3 is from a movie, and it isn't, the name of it isn't as cool, but I remember seeing it in the movie and thinking how badass it is and how cool it would be to have one. And as a kid who would have been 12, 10, 11, 12, 13 in the time that this movie was out and this car was referenced a lot, it was a car that spoke to me for some reason, and that would be a 1985 Toyota SR5 extra cab from the movie Back to the Future. That was Marty's truck. Had the roll bar on it and the lights on top. I think it even had a winch.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was really cool.
Yes.
And I always thought, he's too little to have that.
No.
That's perfect size, man.
Yeah.
That's perfect size.
It fits the personality of people that drive vehicles like that. Yeah.
It's real shaky on the highway.
Number 2 is, I've always loved this car. This is one of the best years of the car. If I remember right, this year the car was a little more pointy than rounded, and that's a 68 El Camino, preferably in a bright rust orange. Some sort of obnoxious color would be awesome to have. I think El Caminos are just cool cars. Part of me wants them to bring them back, and then part of me doesn't, just because they would ruin it. The nostalgia of how cool they looked. And number 1 for me is the car my dad always wanted. He had one for a brief amount of time, probably before I was, he had to deal with children. And it is just a badass looking car. And that's a 69 Plymouth Roadrunner. It is a sweet, purple would be an awesome color. I don't think it came in purple, but so I would take an orange in that. But an original paint color would probably be the best option for that. That thin on the back, and the just is a sweet looking car with the engine up a little bit out of the hood. Yeah. It is a badass looking car. And I want them just because they look badass, whereas Gimpy was pointing out he wanted them for their performance.
Yeah.
And I don't care about that. I just think they look so badass.
Yeah.
And the memories you see, there is a 72 Cutlass Supreme that parks out here once in a while, and it's a red. My mom had an orange one, and I would love to find out who owns it and beg him to let my mom drive it.
Yeah.
Maybe. But like, it's cars have memories.
Yeah.
And when you see a car, a nostalgic car, it brings back a memory to you. And so for me, the performance is not important.
Right.
The memory is what's important to me.
You know, like I was just sitting here thinking, like, older folks, when they get older, like, I want to get my very first car that I ever had, and I want to restore it, right? And usually that's something like 50s, 60s, badass cars. When it's my turn, do I have to get an 80s Buick Century?
If that was your dream car that you were, a Miata, if that was your dream car.
It was my first car, but I'm like, I'm not going to be like, I just got to have a 1980 Buick Century restored back.
Right. I need an 85 Dodge Dynasty restored.
Right. Exactly.
Do people restore Escorts and celebrities?
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm sure there's some fanatic out there that's like, yeah, I got this one. If it was like an Escort GT, I could buy that. You know, it's got sport package, blah, blah, blah. But just a regular Ford Escort with the automatic seat belts that always choked you.
To trick them to think that you had your seatbelt on.
Right.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Jeff Hensley, for those who don't know, he's a Mustang dork, and he's got some great stories about looking at cars or buying cars. And it's fun to hear him tell those stories.
He's got a couple of nice ones. When I seen him at the courthouse one day, and I was like, I shall ride down.
Yeah. He loves that flex for sure. And they're cool looking cars.
Blow you money.
Yeah. All right. We got to take a break. We come back. We're going to talk about smoking guns. The 8th year are going to be at the BOK Center. Firefighters and police officers all to raise money for their two great organizations, the Special Olympics of Oklahoma and the Firefighters Burn Camp. We'll get into that when we come back.
Tulsa's morning show.
Reparations under the Treaty of Versailles.
Wow. And we had a whole another world war after that. They're like,
I'm still trying to do this one.
Real,
Yeah.
That Germany, man, just like a bunch of plates in the air.
All right.
Naked Las Vegas man ran through hotels swinging toilet plunger. So this happened in Des Moines, Iowa. Traven Wayne Hill, he's 21 years old. He's accused of running naked through this hotel wielding a toilet plunger and pulling fire alarms. It happened on January 28th. He was arrested, charged with assault while displaying a dangerous weapon, first-degree criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct, according to the Polk County online booking records. Now, according to the Des Moines Police Department, Hill approached a victim in the 18th floor stairwell at the Des Moines Marriott downtown with the toilet plunger. According to court documents, the naked man yelled, "I'm going to effing get you," as he chased the victim. Police said that multiple people saw him allegedly pull fire alarms around the hotel. The man continued running on several floors, swinging the plunger until he was subdued by the police. He was booked into the jail, posted bail on the very next day, according to court records. He pleaded not guilty to the charges and will appear in court at a later date. The guy, he's 21. I don't know if he's from Vegas. I don't know what he was doing in Iowa, but he looks kind of like an entitled brat who was probably pissed to be in Iowa on maybe around his birthday time or something. He'd rather be back in Vegas, partying, living it up. I don't know.
He was just drunk. And
That's what I got from his photo.
Okay. I think most people that live in Vegas aren't partying up.
No, but he looks like the type that wishes like he would have been there rather than in Iowa. So he's going to spend mom and dad's money and just make a mess of himself. That's what I get from his mugshot.
I'm going to go to Iowa and cause trouble.
Yeah.
Said no one ever.
Right.
You go to Vegas, you cause trouble. Go to LA, go to New York City. Nobody goes to Iowa just to cause trouble.
I do not have a counter to that. I grew up in Iowa. I do not have a counter to that.
You only cause trouble in Iowa if you're from there because you got nothing else to do in Iowa.
Right, because the gravel road. Yeah, you're on the gravel road drinking.
Man breaks into home and hides under sheet. I'm not sheeting you. This is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like it. The lead-in sounds insane.
Happens in West Virginia where this gal, she's sleeping and she hears glass breaking in her house. So she goes to check and she sees a strange man in her house. Oh, no. So she runs upstairs to be with her granddaughters and she calls the police. Help, there's somebody in my house. So the police come down and they're searching around and they go to the back room. They see a pile of sheets. They see the pile of sheets move. Well, that sheet is not supposed to move. So they found 30-year-old William Brewer hiding underneath the sheet. Now, first they tried to cuff the man. He tried to run, but, they cuffed him anyway. He told the police that he only did it because he was high on the drugs and he needed a place to sleep. He says that, I guess he broke into the lady's house next door. She called the cops too. He says that he broke into that house to do the same thing, just looking for a place to sleep. But he left because the woman there would not stop yelling at him.
When we play hide and seek in my house,
Yeah.
I will sometimes hide under a sheet because I'm not trying to win.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to not breathe under the sheet because the sheet moves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easily found.
Where would you hide, Lindsay? If you were this guy, where would you hide?
Probably in a closet
That's the first place they're going to look.
or under a bed.
Second place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not in a sheet.
Under.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, if he was looking to take a nap, I mean, maybe they were Egyptian cotton and they looked really comfy.
Gimpy, where would you hide?
in a trash can. Not like in the small trash can in the kitchen, but no, in a dumpster outside.
Ooh.
I think it's big enough to fit a body in. Probably one of the last places they're going to look. Maybe, I don't know. I try not to run from the police, but I do remember watching Cops. He tries to hide under the kiddie pool, and they kick it over, and they find him every time.
Yeah, because they know to look there.
Yeah.
I think you got to hide in plain sight. My best hiding spots when we play hide and seek in the house is in plain sight.
Lampshade on your head?
Well, not like standing in the wide open.
Right.
Yeah.
But I have stood behind a curtain.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They don't think to look for the shoes under the curtain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're kids.
Exactly.
They'd run right past you.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yep.
Got to think like a child. On the podcast, we mentioned one thing is added to a news story. It changes the dynamic of a story. It makes it way more intense. Regardless if it's a news story or a story your friend's telling you. One factor has to do with feces will change the dynamic of a story. I have found another one that changes the dynamic of a story.
Really? Non-poop related, huh?
Non-poop related.
All right, then.
So the headline, I'm leaving out the crazy part. I'm leaving out part of the crazy. 2 kids killed after a bus driver crashes into a daycare.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I've got the factor added to any story makes it more crazy.
Okay.
2 kids killed after totally naked bus driver crashes into daycare.
Totally naked, huh? That will change any story.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Man robbed McDonald's. Okay. Naked man robs McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really paints a picture for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah. I woke up in the middle of the night. Somebody was pounding on the door to my house.
Oh no.
Yes. It was freaky. I didn't know what. I woke up in the middle of the night. There was a naked man pounding on the door to my house.
Definitely different.
It lands different,
Yes.
doesn't it? My ex would get so crazy. She'd get drunk and she would run around screaming, right? Yelling at everybody.
Yeah.
My ex, she would get so drunk, she'd get naked and run around screaming.
Mm-hmm.
I had this
It's
friend in
different.
college, man. If he got a good test score, he would celebrate, man.
Yeah.
Get really drunk,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yell, scream, throw stuff out his dorm room window. Right? It's fine.
Yeah.
Seemingly, yeah.
I had this friend in college. If he did really good on a test score, he'd go celebrate, get real drunk, naked, run around, throw stuff out his window.
Yeah.
It literally does.
It does.
That and the other.
And feces.
Yeah.
You add feces to any headline, you go, oh, hey.
Mhm.
Naked, you hear, you're like, yeah, man, get it together. In a courtroom, man pleads not guilty to murder.
Right.
Yeah. A naked man pleads not guilty to murder. You're like, why was he naked?
Yeah, how did he get naked in the courtroom? I mean, I guess you could have started off with your clothes on and they got naked, but I feel you would have been stopped about, I don't know, you get your shirt off. You get your shirt off, and that's when I feel the bailiff is going to be like,
Yeah.
hey.
2 Florida paramedics suspended after pronouncing a live man dead. 2 West Central Florida paramedics. This happened on a Wednesday in Clearwater Fire and Rescue. They were placed on administrative duty. WTSP TV reported the incident first. The paramedics from Station 47 responded to a call about a 65-year-old man in cardiac arrest. This happened at his private residence, and they showed up. The responders pronounced the man dead shortly after their arrival. Clearwater Fire and Rescue said in a statement, they left the area once deputies from the sheriff's office arrived to investigate. And according to the news release, a deputy noticed the patient was breathing and requested medical crews to return to the scene. Then Largo fire rescue crews were called and reached the scene about 28 minutes later. And the man was then transmitted to a hospital, according to another TV outlet. Notification of the incident, the Clearwater fire and rescue team immediately removed both fire medics from their normal duties and discontinued their abilities to provide patient care in conjunction with the county's medical director. They said, on behalf of the city, I apologize for the actions.
No, they're real sorry.
and the inactions of our crew during this incident. He said, we have strict policies and procedures in place that were not followed. According to our preliminary review, these did not perform to the standard of care that our citizens expect and deserve.
They have to say that. They can't say they did everything according to code.
Yeah,
Right.
They can't.
because they didn't.
Because then everyone's going to be put under scrutiny. They've got to put it on those 2 people.
Mhm.
But I can't imagine they showed up with eating a Slim Jim and a big gulp going, yeah, he ain't moving. He looks dead. Maybe they didn't. Assuming they showed up, followed the protocols. I don't know, put 2 fingers on the neck. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever those protocols are.
Mirror underneath the nose. Well, he ain't breathing. He's got to be dead.
You're there. You call 911. Paramedics show up. And they just do 2 fingers under the throat, which is not a correct way to check to see if someone's alive, by the way.
Mm.
And they're like, yeah, they're dead. Do you, watching your loved one in this peril moment, who have called the people to save their life, go, yo, man,
Yeah.
do your job? Like, do you
You're
get
not
into it?
satisfied.
Well, of course not. But do you get into an aggressive confrontation over the
You assume that they're doing their job right.
I think so, right?
You would just be like, well, I guess Tom's dead. They said he's dead. I got to take your word for it.
Did they put the thing on the finger
Mhm.
and it didn't make any noise? And they were like, yeah, I put new batteries in it yesterday.
Right.
Right.
Well, my thing was, why weren't, if they are an ambulance, and why weren't
Ambulances don't take bodies.
oh,
They transport to the hospital
are they doing that then?
because they said it was dead.
It just all seems so weird. Like,
When a body's dead,
Yeah.
they don't take it to the hospital.
Beg to differ. They took my mom to the hospital.
Did they?
St. John's.
But were they trying to save her on the
No,
way?
she was already dead. She was dead. Dead.
The two experiences
Dead.
the 2 experiences that I have had with dead
Mhm.
people
Mhm.
who have died in a home.
Yeah.
The ambulance comes, they don't take the body.
Yeah, when my mom died, I got the call. We was on 21st, and they lived on 21st and Sheridan. Anyhow, so I get to the house, and the ambulance is backed up in the driveway, and they got her on the gurney, putting her in the back of the ambulance, taking her to the hospital. She's already pronounced dead.
It feels like a trip to take them to the hospital.
I don't know.
well, that's where the morgue.
Is not at the hospital. The hospital has a morgue.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know how it works out.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with my dad too. My dad died at the house, and they picked him up, took him to the hospital, and that's where we got to say our final goodbyes.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't know. It's like, do you check? Maybe they check the ID. It's like, are they a organ donor? Maybe that's why you take the body to the hospital. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how that works out.
And so again, I'm not an EMT. So
Mhm.
like you're an EMT, they die, you go, all right, where's their wallet? I got to check their ID
Mhm.
to see if they're an organ donor. How does that work?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you let the people at the hospital deal with it. Like, we're just here to drop the body off. Y'all figure it out.
And is there a code like they call in? Like, do they do lights if they're taking a dead body to the hospital? Do they run code to the hospital?
Right, lights and sirens and the whole nine.
Yeah. I would think not. It's
Probably
not an
not.
emergency.
Right.
Exactly.
But if they're an organ donor, time is of the essence on those things.
Uh-huh.
Right.
They have a shelf life.
Man busted with a ton of child porn. So police in Florida.
See a cross-dresser?
You should see the mugshot. It's oozy. Police got a tip in January about some child
Already, take it to that next level. And with 2 great organizations, right? The Special Olympics of Oklahoma and the Firefighters Burn Camp. And you guys do a great job of even highlighting these organizations throughout the night.
Yeah. And that's what we're there for, right? Ultimately, the first responders is we couldn't do it without them for sure. But ultimately, we're for the Special Olympics and the Burn Camp and 2 great organizations that they do amazing work. And it's really, it should be highlighted more, quite frankly.
And Daniel Twist is here. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, what's up, dude?
So Twist, you are the fight coordinator. You find these guys. What do you look for? What's the thing that you're like? Because finding people to fight is like a whole nother thing, but finding guys that have to take time off from work, jeopardize their safety, and get involved is another. So how do you find these people that want to go in the cage and beat each other up all to raise money?
I'm still trying to figure that out. The guys that commit and the guys that like come back after previous fights, those are my guys that are like solid. I have plenty of people contact me and they're like, hey, I want to fight. And then like, it's a week before.
Right. New phone. Who dis?
All of a sudden we just don't exist. But, the guys that are committed to this thing and, take the time to put in the work, those are my solid dudes. And I just can't thank my fighters enough. The guys that are on my card right now, sticking it through and ready to fight. So it's been rough this year, but I've learned how to I guess be patient and make sure I'm taking my blood pressure medication.
Right. And not everybody, like you brought Nathan Boyd with you, and we'll talk to him, but not everybody is him in terms of the guys that are firefighters or police officers and have the experience that he has.
Yeah, absolutely. Boyd is, last year after watching his fight, there were 2 fights that I watched pretty closely. And I told him I knew exactly who he was going to fight the next year if he wanted to fight. And we got that matchup this year. I'm pretty excited about it.
Well, Nathan, for those who don't know, All-American wrestler, I mean, you've got the pedigree to be a fighter, but that's not the path you chose in life, right? You chose to become a firefighter. And why do you want to do this now? Why? Not very many people at the age you are, and I don't even know your age, but usually it's a very young person's game. Why is it now you're like, I want to do that? I still want to get in there and compete.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'd ask myself that. No, it's last year was just, this is a bucket list thing. I've got to do this. I can't let this opportunity pass me by and then be sitting in a deathbed one day and be like, man, I wish I'd have fought in that. Like,
yeah,
that would have been so cool to fight in. So last year I was like, and I've got 3 kids at home, 1 on the way. And so I just want my kids to be fearless. I want them to take risks. I want them to do things that scare them.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of teach that out of our children. Like, hey, be careful, be really careful. And I just want them to go for it.
Right.
And I think that maybe they can see that through this fight. And so when I did it once, I'm like, okay, I already showed you guys how to be fearless. I'm like, I'm not doing that again. And then, it's a crazy story, but I was just praying one day. I'm like, God, I'm not fighting this year. And I was like, oh, wait, unless you want me to, obviously. And as soon as I said that, Daniel texted me. He's like, hey, Nolan, do you want to fight this year? And I was like, if you'd have texted me 10 minutes ago, I would not be fighting this year. But now I feel like I have to.
Yeah.
That's
So
your sign.
yeah. So
And your fight last year, like, you're very soft-spoken, but your fight, you're not a soft-spoken fighter. How do you flip that switch? How do you go from this, and this is going to be kind of a complicated question, I'm going to totally mess it up, but how do you become such a faith-leaning person and soft-spoken, but when you get in there, you're a monster?
I don't even know. I don't know how I've done any of the things I've done other than through God and through the strength that he's given me, because, to be a 2-time All-American at OSU, that was nothing I ever thought was even possible. Nothing I've ever even dreamed of. But then just to go in one day at a time and then trying to stay faithful to give God the glory through everything. And then just to see where God takes it. It's just been, I don't know. I've been impressed with just what God can do through me. Like, I can hardly bench my own body weight. And then to, place at nationals and wrestling, I don't understand.
Talk about when like walking out and wrestling, right? And getting ready to take on your competitor and the different mindset you have now whether it's rolling or whether you're walking out to the cage and getting locked in. How do you turn that switch on? How do you, because it's younger, you're like, I got something to prove. Now, is that the case? Do you have something to prove?
No, that's what's crazy, is just nothing to prove. Just hopefully, not wasting a second and being fearless, and you always have those thoughts that come into your mind. I think it's honestly Satan, like, just trying to scare you, just put fear into you, because I think that's the opposite of faith. And so just to be fearless, I think just to trust God and be like, you know what, I'm going to let it fly. Like, I'm going to do everything I can and not hold back. And that's kind of where in fighting it does seem different, but as soon as you get in there and start going, it's really similar to wrestling.
Yeah. And Matt, to hear him talk about, I got to show not to be, don't be afraid of things and get in there. These are firemen and police officers.
Right.
I think that ship has sailed. Like, we know that, this group of people, but that just speaks to how important these 2 events are and why Quick Trip is involved to raise money for the Special Olympics of Oklahoma and the firefighters burn camp.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to watch these guys not only sacrifice themselves on a daily basis, they come in here and do this on their own free time, right? I mean, that's pretty amazing. It speaks volumes the type of people they are. I mean, to have the kind of courage to get in that ring to start with, but these guys live that every day.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's in their DNA. That's what they do for a living. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then they come in the ring and they volunteer their time and they step in there. It's hard enough to get people that don't do what they do in the ring. And then they get in the ring and then go out and go work the street and be involved in all that stuff that they're involved with every day. I mean, that's amazing to me.
Right.
It's my motive.
And we talk about how they volunteer their time to us, but really they have to take time off of work from being a firefighter and police officer to do this. It's not that the departments don't give it the okay. It is that, no, if you've got to work, you've still got to take time off.
Oh, absolutely. It's a full-time commitment. And the guys that actually do the time put in at the gym and stuff, you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Because the last thing, this is such a big deal because I was talking to my brother-in-law last night about it. And, if you get in there and you win or you lose, your department's going to give you a hard time.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
Hey, you won, but dude, you were so gassed. Like, you look stupid out there. Or, whatever. But it's just a camaraderie about it. And I was actually telling him out in the lobby, I was texting his opponent last night. I said, hey, I'm going to be on the air. Anything you want to say to your opponent? He's like, dude, he's just a God-fearing man like myself. I really respect him. I'm like, well, that didn't really go the way that I really wanted it to. And I'm sitting here trying to stir the pot. And then he's like, well, actually, he knows that he's a really good wrestler. And Dylan, he said that my weakness was striking. So he's been working on his striking a little bit more to do whatever it takes to beat him. And so, these guys, man, they're so awesome, dude. And I cannot thank these guys enough. These guys are the reason that we get to put on this event every year. And through their commitment and training, it really shines through at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is an exciting event from the start and to the finish. Every fight, you can see everybody's pouring it all out to try and raise money. And I'm going to let Nathan give his best trash talk to his opponent.
Yeah,
because he's so nice.
Yeah, because I told him, listen, we're going to be on the air at 9:30. So he said, oh, how do I listen? Because he's living in Ada.
Okay.
So I said, oh, you just get on iHeartRadio and go to KMOD. And you'll find it. So, dude,
all right,
on you, dude.
Nathan, what is your biggest trash talk for your opponent for Smoking Guns that's happening on April 22nd, sponsored by Quick Trip?
Yeah, I hope we both have fun.
All right, we're gonna have to work on that. I don't know. We're gonna have to work on that, man. It's awesome to see you, man, and good luck on the fights. And guys, really looking forward to the fights on the 22nd. Make sure you get your tickets, bokcenter.com and 918fullyinvolved.com if you want to see if there's a chance to get in still from some sponsorship, right, Matt?
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the best way to do that. Saturday, April 22nd, BOK Center, Smoking Guns 8. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
All right, we'll be back.
The Big Mad Morning Show returns.
Yeah. Unless this customer completely was.
Nope.
No. Hear me.
There's no rational reason why you should be. Hold on. There's no rational reason why anyone should urinate on anyone else or on an ID.
I agree with you. So unless this customer was, completely awful to the person working there, and the person that works there is their number one salesperson, that's the only way they're going to keep that job, if they are their number
keep
one.
The job.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to argue why someone should piss on someone's ID.
No.
There's no reason.
No.
I don't care if that ID was stung by a jellyfish. No.
Right.
No, there's no reason.
It seems like a weird flex.
No.
You don't look cool.
No.
You look dehydrated, to be honest.
I call this day spa or dispensary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically, I've got some businesses. These are legit businesses in Tulsa.
Oh, fun.
It's either a day spa or a dispensary.
Okay.
Now, based off the name, you're going to chime in with and that's how you're going to buzz in. Corbin or Lindsay.
Okay.
Got
You
it.
get one shot and one shot only, because this is a 50-50 chance. There's no point in, hey, would you like to guess, Lindsay? He said it's a dispensary. No, it's a day. So you only get one shot.
Okay.
Whoever wins at the end, I got a big prize for you. Okay.
Like
Okay.
a little nug, maybe. A price?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Maybe.
Or a
God knows
trip
you
to a
have
day
plenty.
spa?
Right. So, day spa or dispensary, are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, we're going to take it up from the top here. Euphora. Corbin, yes.
That's a spa.
Euphora is a dispensary. No points for anybody on that one. All right. Nirvana, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct.
Come on, Lindsay.
You got to get in the game, woman. Get in the game. All right. Omni Oasis, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Day spa.
Day spa is correct. So far, we're tied 1-1. La Fusion, day spa or dispensary? La Fusion.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. La Fusion is a day spa. Poppies, day
Corbin.
spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That
yes.
is a day spa.
Yes, you are correct. Poppies is a day spa. 2-1 so far. Corbin's lead. OHG, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary.
That is correct.
What'd you say?
OHG. That's all it is. These are all the ones. I just found them on Google.
Sure.
I just simply Googled day spa and then Googled dispensaries and then found a bunch of them that
Sure.
are really close.
I just couldn't hear. I didn't hear you
Yeah.
because you were going so fast. I didn't hear you. I didn't know it was
I wonder
letters.
what that stands for.
I have no idea. Nonetheless, moving forward, 918 Elevate, day spa or dispensary? 918 Elevate.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
Dispensary.
That is correct. Corbin's in a lead, 3-2. One Love Wellness, day spa.
Corbin.
You got to pick it up, Lindsay. Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, One Love Wellness is indeed a
Wow.
dispensary. Yes. Corbin killing it right now. Lotus Blossom,
Corbin.
day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
You are wrong, my friend.
You
Lotus-
might need to.
Lotus
Okay.
Blossom is a day spa. Go ahead, Google
I
it.
know there's a dispensary called Lotus.
There's one called Lotus Gold, not Lotus Blossom. See, and that's the fun part about this game because they can be
No, semantic,
they're
sure.
so close. All right, Indigo, day spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
That is a dispensary.
Indigo. Lindsay is a day
Yeah.
spa.
Oh,
So far, it's 4-2. Corbin's lead. Hand and Stone, day spa
Lindsay.
or dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
All right, Lindsay, you are correct on a comeback.
I've been there.
It's a 50-50 guess.
Right, of course. All right, Rosebuds, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
I'm going to go dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct. Rosebuds is a dispensary, tied up for
On Tulsa's Rock Station 97.5 KMOD.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. They always show like fighters and they always have that grimacing look on their face. So they look like fire plugs or whatever. And you're like, oh, that guy looks scary.
Yeah.
Guys like that, I think, are scary.
right, the ones you're not expecting.
Exactly.
They're so, well, because they're putting all that anger and hate and they're putting in that little pocket. And then when they're ready, they annihilate you.
Yeah, I don't think he has any hate, though. I don't think there is any bit of hate in that man's heart whatsoever.
Okay. You might be right.
Yeah.
I don't know how you don't have somebody pummeling your face and not go, I gotta snap out of this.
Right.
And
Right.
right? Controlled rage, I guess.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Smoking Guns, man, it is a special event.
Oh, yeah.
That's like no other. And again, it's happening on the 22nd. Lindsay, what'd you learn today?
I learned that Gimpy pays more for music at the bar than he does drinks. And after reading about Lamborghini's Revolto supercar, I now know the Italian word for tiny penis.
Gimpy, what'd you learn today?
I learned, I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. I also learned that, hi, I'm Gimpy, and I have a music problem.
I learned that Gimpy's paid more in music than he has in child support.
Hey,
And I also learned Guy was waiting for a bus, then 2 came at once. It's Corbin saying, make sure that dishwasher's loaded right.
It's Lindsay, stop tracking my cycle.
This is Gimpy.
Thank you,
and
thank
I'm
you,
sorry.
thank you. Far too kind. Ready?
Canted Cottage Day
Corbin.
Spa or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin is incorrect. That is a day spa.
Why are people calling here asking if we have weed?
Got any specials on an ounce, man?
It's called Enchanted.
Wildflower Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
That is incorrect, Corbin. Wildflower is a day spa. All right, Clover Patch Tulsa Day Spa or
Lindsay.
Dispensary. Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct.
What's the score?
6-8, Corbin's
Okay.
lead. All right, the Merry Mind Day Spa or
Lindsay.
Dispensary. Lindsay.
Spa?
Lindsay. The Merry Mind is a dispensary. All right, the Relax Station Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a spa.
That is correct. Corbin is up 9-6. Path to Wellness Day Spa or Dispensary.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary?
Lindsay, Path to Wellness is a
Oh,
day
I'm
spa.
sorry. I thought you said packed.
Oh, yeah. Was that the
wellness.
problem?
No, I thought it said packed.
Sure, yes. Let me enunciate a little bit more, shall we? All right, let's see here. Heirloom Day Spa or Dispensary. Heirloom Day Spa or Dispensary.
Corbin.
Corbin.
That's a dispensary.
Corbin. Heirloom is a day spa.
Mm.
You're still in the lead 9-6. He's okay. Tulsa Garden Day Spa or Dispensary.
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Day
Spa.
spa or dispensary. The Tulsa Garden is a day spa. Good job, Lindsay.
Score.
We're looking at 9-7, Corbin's lead. Bella Roma Medical Day Spa or Dispensary. Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin. Bella Roma Medical is a day spa. Stonebrook Day Spa or Dispensary.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Yes, you are correct, Lindsay. We are now 9-8, neck and neck. Who is going to win day spa or dispensary and walk away with a big, big prize? Stone Age Meds, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary. Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. The Stone Age Meds is a dispensary. Uptown Wellness, day spa or dispensary.
Corbin.
Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. Uptown Wellness is a dispensary.
Really?
We only got 2 left here.
Okay.
All right. So we got a chance to tie it and a breaker if we can do this. All right. Pura, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary. Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin is correct. Pura is a dispensary. Puts him with the win 10-8. I'll go ahead and give you the last one. See if you can guess it. Stone dispensary.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Correct, which wouldn't matter because it's 10-9. Corbin is the big winner. Congratulations, Corbin.
What'd I get?
You want to know what you got?
Yeah.
My friend, I tell you, you have won my leftover potatoes. That's right, Corbin. I had dinner last night.
I love it. That's awesome, man. I'm actually kind of so I think that's a fantastic
This is
gift.
perfect.
And you're not a horrible cook.
No.
So that's great. But, I just think it's just an honor to win. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Lindsay. She put in a valiant effort.
Listen,
And
Corbin.
I just appreciate the competitiveness. And, I'm just one guy on a team, and we're just a team trying to make the thing happen. And, it's an honor to be a part of the Ford Truck Series and anything I can do to make this Hilton Hotel team do the best I can.
Well, Corbin, I'm glad that you accepted and decided to give your prize of potatoes to the loser of the game, but that's not all that you're going to win. All right. So not only do you get my leftover dinner from last night, my potatoes and a little bit of steak with some cheese on top, I'm also going to hook you up with a 6-pack of Twisted Tea. Set right up front because nobody wants this. So
Yeah.
I grabbed a pack and you get to take it home with
Again, you put
Twisted
zero
Tea.
effort into the prize.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just real grateful that this Hilton Honors team did the best they could and make sure part of the Ford Truck Series continues. So I'd like to give it to my second place. His second isn't winning. So
Twisted Tea is a great beer fridge for guests.
Right, right.
item.
Well, congratulations, Lindsay. You got